You already know. Get off, little buddy gon' pull out your stick. Get off, everybody gon' pull out your stick. Pull out your stick, 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 pull out your stick. Get off.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Kane Nation? We back in the building, baby. This is Kane's Talk Live with your boy, Coach Hayes, on the Coach Hayes Football YouTube channel. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. We are on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. We ready to get this thing going, boy. These mighty Canes making some changes. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive deep. I'm going to give my thoughts on these guys. I'm going to give my thoughts on these hires. I'm going to give my thoughts on maybe Coach Cristobal's mindset in the hiring process and what these guys are going to bring to the program. Let me get a thumbs up. Everybody out there, man, appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. But I'm going to ask you one more thing. Do me a favor. Start doing this. Tell 2 people about the channel that don't know about it. That's all I'm asking. Tell 2 people that you know about this channel that don't know about it. And then ask them to tell 2 people, so forth and so on. That's all I'm saying. Let's get it in the books, man. Let's grow this thing. Let's make it happen. 29 and climbing. I know more of you guys will come on in as we get started and the notifications going out. Shout out to Ant in the building with the fire emojis. He often here. Shout out to Marcus, excuse me. That's Big Mike. I found that out. Shout out to Big Mike in the building as well with the UM logos up there, man. Elite Cuban Cane. Rod from Texas beat Coach Hayes. I guess like I dragged him in pencil fighting. I haven't done this in a while, but I guess I'll do it now. This is a fitting moment. They'll do me a favor. Let's get a moment of silence for Cuban Cane and his pencil. Not only did I beat him with mine, but I'm going to play the world's smallest violin just for him. Just for him. Man, get that crap out of here, man. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Y'all go check him out. The hardest working uploading man on YouTube with over 35,000 videos. Probably at 40,000 by now. Shout out to him. B. Sandin, what's up? Member in the building. What it do, Coach? What's up, baby? LMV, the producer in the back, making it happen. You understand? Juan Manuel, Ellen MVP. Let me get that right. Juan Manuel, what happened? Shockwave in the building. Bless up, Coach. Bless up, Bretron. As well as Cold Smoke 202, go Bucks. Hey, I hear you. Hey, ain't nothing in this world like wishful thinking. Matter of fact, what's a Buckeye anyway? Just a nut. That's all it is. I'm just chilling. All right, let's get this thing going, man. The Miami Hurricanes lost 2 of their coaches in this process. Lost a couple of coaches, but whatever. There were 2 vacancies available. The running back coach and the tight end coach. And the running back coach vacancy has been filled by a gentleman named Favian, with a V, Favian Upshaw. Now, here's something interesting. I didn't recognize the name at first, but I did recognize the face when I saw it. And the time in which I had the opportunity to work with Coach Cristobal at FIU in 2012, Fabian was an incoming freshman at quarterback. I'm going to be just as transparent as I can be right here. I remember his face, but again, I was on the defensive side, so I didn't have a lot of interaction with him, but he did redshirt that year coming in. But I do remember him out of Titusville and so forth. But, you know, as time goes on, we're talking over 14, 15 years ago, time goes on. He transferred out because that year Coach Mario Cristobal gets fired from FIU. And so he goes on to redshirt and then transfer over to Georgia Southern to play quarterbacks as well. And what that means is, Biggs, I like that, Biggs. I'm going to get to that right now. Don't you go anywhere, Biggs. Great point. So with that being said, he goes and plays on there, and he has created a coaching career for himself. And I'll just go through this quickly. And he's done a lot in a little bit of time, and I'm actually proud of him, man. A great run I think he's had, and especially in this deal. So again, coming into this, I'm trying to see. I get it. Here we go. After he finished coaching, he ended up. Let me make sure. Well, let me see what I got here. All right, here we go. So he was at the Denver Broncos. That was his latest stop as a quality control offensive quality control guy. But prior to that, he was the co-offensive coordinator for the Astronaut High School in which he played at. Then he became a graduate assistant at Tulane in 2018 and 2019. He coached quarterbacks at Savannah State in 2020. Then he went back to his alma mater of Georgia Southern and was the running back coach in 21. And then he spent 22 as an analyst and assistant quarterback coach at Tulane. Then he got his NFL spot with the Broncos. So shout out to him, man. And that's what he brings. Now, also, Mike Viti, who is the new tight ends coach, is a longtime vet from Army, right? Was an Army player, went on and served tours. I want to say it's Afghanistan as I read his bio, and did some tours over there. He does a lot of things in regards to the military. I'm not a military guy by no stretch, but, shout out to him. He has a nonprofit organization that he runs with he and his wife. And I want to say it's called the Legacies Alive Foundation. All right. And it's called Gold Star Families. And I'm not sure what Gold Star Families are. I believe that's either military personnel that have passed on, maybe in the active duty. I'm not sure. If anybody's in the military or in the Army, please let me know what that means. Our nation's fallen heroes and bringing national awareness to the life and character of all service members who paid the ultimate sacrifice. So shout out to him for that. But he has been with Army over the past 10 years, came in. He was a fullback during his playing days, tight end, so forth, and now was the offensive line coach and the associate head coach. All right, we got their backgrounds out the way. Now, I want to address this before I dive on in here and I open up this phone line. Matter of fact, let me open it now so you guys can build a queue. I already got Shaka on the line. Shout out to Shaka in the building. All right, shout out to Shaka. 862-799-9956. Please feel free to call in. But Biggs, you make a great point. Huh? I know you're a Colorado fan. We're not going to talk about, oh my God, Miami is hiring coaches just days before spring football. The sky is falling. No, it's not. But what I will say, the difference in this scenario is it's not your coordinators, right? But you have a valid point, but it's not your coordinators. And you don't have a brand new face there. You don't have a bunch of brand new faces on the team. That's the difference, in my opinion, right? But I think you make a valid point. I appreciate you. But I'm serious. I know it's sarcasm. I get it. But I think you make a valid point because what people were talking about. But that's what it is. I appreciate it, man. All right. Let's get into Favian. First of all, let's get into the positions. The running back coach. Some people will agree with what I'm about to say. Some people will disagree with what I'm about to say. But again, everything I bring to you through my experience and through my eyes. The running back coach position. I don't want to sound like I'm downplaying this by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a position not overly intricate. I don't want to downplay it, but I just want to say it's not overly intricate in the playing. There's a lot of overlap in that position when it comes to coaching, meaning pass protection, so forth and so on. Route running, this, that, and the third. But when you think about the running back position, it's a position when you look at it, and please just follow me on this. A lot of times in the coaching world, it's a loyalty position. Listen to what I'm about to say to you. And I'm not saying this about Favian Upshaw by no stretch. I'm just talking about the position. Take Miami out of it. Go to University X, and we could talk about that. In that position, when you're talking about running back play, we're talking about installing plays that come from maybe the OC, running game, right? Maybe part of the pass protection, so forth and so on. But your job As the running back coaches, you're coaching where the play goes, how it hits, where it bends back to. I'm not trying to downplay it again. I got to stop doing all this disclaimers. But it's not an overly intricate position. Okay. Same as the tight end position, not overly intricate. And a lot of times those positions are used for dual purposes. Let me explain. And this is prior to coaches having unlimited coaches on their staff. It used to be only 10 position coaches. And so a lot of times running back coaches or tight end coaches would have dual responsibility. What do I mean? Meaning they were also the special teams coach as well, right? Meaning they would be the person who, the special teams coordinator. So they would have the running back position, but as well as they could do the special teams. You see that a lot of times in tight ends or running back positions. Cool, no problem. It's also a position, running back, I'm saying, as well as tight ends. It's an introductory positions a lot of times. What does that mean? It means that it is a spot where coaches can come in and get their feet wet in this job, right? It's a job where you can come in and learn a lot, right? Because of the responsibility of the room. You can learn a lot. A lot of that position is just about managing the room, right? More than implementing things for the program in regards to plays and so forth. And the reason you have to have good managers at that running back room is usually your running backs and your wide receivers are the prima donnas of the team. They are usually the hotheads or the guys that's always getting into stuff, right? And so you have to have somebody that has strong will, that knows how to manage people more than anything. And so that's how it goes, right? And so for Favian Upshaw, why I'm actually not surprised, but I didn't know he was into coaching, which I'm proud of all that he's accomplished in such a short period of time. But remember, he was tied to Coach Cristobal, right? And him being tied to Coach Cristobal maybe got him this opportunity. I'm not saying he's not good at what he does or he's accomplished things and he's a good coach and they can see the future in it, but it gave him the opportunity because I told you in this game, a lot of times, if you peel back the layers, it's 6 degrees of separation. Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. Shout out to Trick Daddy Dollars. And with that being said, this is a great opportunity to earn his stripes, for lack of a better term, in the coaching world, right? You got a bigger program now. Did a good job at Georgia Southern and so forth and so on. You probably picked up a lot of keys and nuggets from the Broncos sitting in those rooms, just sponging off those guys, right? Perfect. Not a bad deal. Now you have your opportunity to come and implement maybe some of those ideas in these rooms. All right. So when I look at the tight end position in Mike Viti, okay, here's another position I look at. Tight end, I just kind of explained it. It's a position that has a lot of overlap, right? Tight ends primarily. And again, I'm speaking very general about tight ends and programs right now. But as I get into this, I'll speak more specific about Miami. But tight ends have typically a lot of overlap. What is the overlap? O-line play, also wide receiver play. So they kind of live in both worlds. And when you look at tight end coaches, they get a lot of the dual responsibility as well. The special teams work. Why? Because of how it's designed. Right? You spend time with the O-line when it comes to pass blocking or run blocking, right? If you're not going out for a route. When you go out for a route, you spend time with the receivers, learning how to fit into their scheme and so forth. So there's a lot of overlap there. And that tight end coach can be a special teams coordinator as well. All right. I got you, Jason. I see you. I see you in the queue. And we'll chop it up. I want everybody to call in, ask the questions, put me through the ringer. I'm ready. I'm here to serve it up. Okay. So, Mike Viti, as I look at Mike Viti, comes in, coached offensive line a lot, and I was listening to quite a few shows today, just kind of getting prepared for this show. And I'm listening to Canes Nation. I'm listening to the Talking Heads, and boy, everybody is super duper excited. And I am too, as I should be. But when I look at this position, the question is, why these guys in particular? Why these people in particular? Okay, here it is. I said Favian Upshaw, he's familiar with. Young and upcoming guy, coach. Let's give him an opportunity. It is late in the season. Shout out to Biggs, but it is late in the season looking for coaches, right? Most people have solidified their spots at whatever school that is. And so this is where you give those young guys a chance. Now, Mike Viti, he has an Army background. He's a military kind of guy. And one thing I know about Coach Cristobal in my 1 year of working with him, he likes that kind of person. He likes the discipline, because he always talks about discipline and the grind. And those guys with that kind of background have that. It's instilled in them, being in the military, and he was a ball player, and he led platoons, if I'm saying that correctly. All of those type of things. And I think the biggest part of the hire is not because of his X's and O's, but because of who he is as a coach. I think that's the primary reason for the hire, right? This has nothing to do with him saying he can't coach. That's not what I'm saying. But I think Coach Cristobal hired this guy for two particular reasons. One, as a person to enhance the culture there, especially offensively, with toughness and discipline. And the second reason he was hired, to get that dog out of our tight ends. That's one thing that has been struggling. Our tight ends have been lacking dog. Now, we could talk about that. You may agree with me. You may disagree with me. I'm okay. Call me. Let's top it up. Let's talk about it. But if you look at our tight end play in the past couple of years, we talking about that dog, not no ball catching. We talking about obliterating people on the down block. We're talking about being aggressive. We're talking about putting your hands on somebody with bad intentions in the blocking scheme. All right? That's what I mean. Now, that being said, let's get to his coaching acumen. He's primarily been around a lot of offensive line play. And I think at Miami, we're going to have a tight end, but I think there's two types of tight ends in which we carry. We're going to carry that sixth O lineman, or that extra tackle, as some people like to call it, in today's game. And that's where I think he's really going to play a role, getting that dog out of him. Because we've seen guys like Bowman, we've seen Arroyo, we've seen Will Mallory during this regime. We keep the tight end on the field. I've done previous shows talking about this. Why don't we change the guys out? And to y'all point, I guess y'all pointed it out to me. I forgot who it was in particular. Well, Coach, that ain't what we do. We got the ball down. Oh, my man Forbes, shout to Forbes. True. But where we have struggled with the tight end, right, that has been separated from the line, meaning out in formation, is our blocking. We like to run the screen game. We like to get Malachi Tony the ball. But we do a bad job blocking. I hate the way our screens are run because we don't block it well. And I have to say this, hopefully Mike Viti will get the dog out of these guys. And when I say the dog, I'm talking about there's some teaching and coaching got to go on. Can't just be out here just barking at and howling at the moon. But we're talking about understanding it, teaching it, but instilling that dog. And here's what I'll say. One thing I've noted about coaching, you got that dog and you don't. You ain't got that dog in you. It ain't going to just come up out of you. Yeah, you might get mad for a play or two. And it has nothing to do with size. Nothing to do with size at all. Because you know who got that dog in him and he the smallest one on the field? Guess who? Malachi Tony. I watch him block at wide receiver, giving people the work. Giving people that work. Now, that doesn't mean he may not get beat on some reps, but I see him driving guys down, working guys over. Is he going to pancake people all the time? Of course not. He got 170, some 180. But he in there working, got his hands inside, feet constantly chopping, he ain't placing, so forth and so on. So it's not about, as they say, it's not about the size of the dog, but the size of the fight in the dog. And that's the problem. And when we look at tight end, I think Israel Briggs, if I'm not mistaken, is the young man's name that's coming in there's two types of tight ends. They're the bigger wide receivers, like when we saw a Brevin Jordan. And then we have your traditional looking tight end, like we see in Alex Bowman or the Will Mallory's. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to move forward, but what I can tell you, looking at the history of Shannon Dawson since he's been here, is the tight end is the tight end. We don't change out too much, right? We don't change a lot of stuff. Now, we can go back and talk about Elijah Lofton. He is listed on our roster as a tight end, but he doesn't play tight end. He plays more of that H-back. He plays kind of the fullback role. Sometimes they'll put him back to running back. He's not that inline guy, and sometimes you'll see him flexed out or widen out in the formation. So he has a very interesting role too. He's not a big guy, like he's not 6'5", but he's a stout guy and very athletic. I think he's 6'1", maybe 6'2", 230-ish, 235, somewhere in there. So he has a very interesting role. Now, I brought this up, and somebody challenged me, I can't remember who exactly, about blocking. That is one thing I have been very disappointed in when it comes to Elijah Lofton, is the aggressiveness on the blocking. People say, oh, but he got a hurt shoulder. Okay, I get that. But I know he had some injury this year and so forth. He was a freshman the year before. I get that. But we got to be able to block with aggression. And again, I'm not talking about hitting dudes and watching them fly and do somersaults across the field. We're talking about being a people mover. When you make an impact and you could drive your feet and you opening up holes. That's what's big right there. Right? Not just getting in the way of guys, but being a people mover. Being a people mover. Okay? That's huge right there. I got you guys. I see y'all in the chat. I'm going to open up the phone line. I promise you. Let me get through this monologue. So, with that being said, I think these are two very good hires. I can never put great on a hire because I haven't seen what you've done yet. I know what you've done at other places. That doesn't mean it doesn't work here. A lot of things in football is a fit. So I have no problem in saying somebody's a good hire. I think both of these are good, solid hires. Now, what will they do going forward? We'll see. We'll definitely find out in the spring. All right? We'll definitely find out in the spring. Okay? So we'll definitely check that out. I know y'all super excited. Y'all want to get into this deal. And again, I think these were two hires for two different reasons. I don't know the connection between Mike Viti and Coach Mario Cristobal. Maybe it's an agent. I don't know if it's a coach or whatever. But I know I can connect the dots with Favian Upshaw and Mario Cristobal being at FIU. Maybe there's an agent that's in play. Maybe Mike Viti say, hey, I've been at Army for 10 years. I love this place, but I want to kind of enhance my career a little bit, do some things on a bigger scale. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So we're going to check this out. We're going to see what's up. Let's go ahead and get this thing rocking. Before we do, I appreciate it. Like I said, make sure you go ahead and hit the like, share, subscribe button, notification bell. We're on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. Also, do me another favor. Tell two people that don't know about this channel to follow this channel. And then tell them to tell two people. And let's see how we can make this thing grow. Right? Don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep it a secret. Huh? Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's take the first call of the night. We got a couple more people in the building. Appreciate y'all popping in. Juice, what's up, baby? How you doing, man? Much love to you. All right, we got Shaka on the line. Shaka, talk to us, brother. What's on your mind?
Coach.
What's up with you, brother?
What up to you, Coach? Appreciate you keeping us in the loop about these Canes, man. Touch base with you on a couple of things. I was the one I went a little bit back and forth with you on your whole thing about what's his name, Lofton blocking.
Okay.
I think that was me that went out with you with you a little bit. I'll say this, man. I think at the end of the day, he probably will never be what you just described as far as a people mover like that. I feel like time for time, for his size, he does an adequate job. To me, he was more scrappy than Ballman, as big as Ballman is, and that's crazy to say, but he'll probably never be as much of that people mover as you want to see, to be honest with you. That's probably will never be Lofton's strong suit, but it is what it is as far as that.
Okay.
I just wanted to pick your brain as far as this tight end coach Viti. I kind of got in a little late. I had my phone on, but I wasn't really listening the whole time. But if I'm not mistaken, I heard you say you want him to be to kind of make an impact as far as bringing the dog out them boys at the tight end position, and you also felt, I think the second part you said you felt like he gonna was it something about him being a disciplinarian maybe or
well, because of his Army background, dealing with the structure, being
right. That's what I was going to ask
stuff.
you. Yeah, if that's where you getting that best, if that's your logic, him being a military guy, if that's why you feel that way about him or whatever have you. So, I mean, my opinion as far as the tight end coach, I don't think I seen somebody in the chat saying why we don't hire a super experienced tight end coach. I don't feel like it's a position where a guy necessarily needs to have the most experience in the world, to be honest with you.
Correct.
From my experience, I've seen a lot of times tight end coaches, running back coaches are guys that a lot of times that's where a lot of first time coaches get their feet wet and kind of get going in the profession. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you need to be the most experienced guy. And you're probably right. His military background probably it probably will pay dividends as far as instilling that dog, as you're saying. But I don't think you could teach dog.
That's right.
Like you say with Malachi. You know what I'm saying? But you could bring it out more than you got people who are able to bring it out more so than other people can if it's on a day-to-day basis and the way you teach and the way you certain coaches got a certain seriousness about them. You know what I'm saying? Where they always say that teams take on the personality of the coach.
That's right.
So hopefully it's a situation like that where he got that kind of personality to where them tight ends kind of take on his personality and get a little more aggressive. So I hope you're right on that, man. I hope you're right on that. And I know I be talking a lot, Coach. Well, I can't agree with you more than enough about Malachi. Man, when I tell you I love that little kid, man. Never even met him, but I love that boy. I love that boy, man. He I try to tell people if y'all ever get a chance, your homeboy Footballville, your homeboy Street had a show with Daylon with his pops on there, man. And when you just listen to his daddy talk, I can already imagine the way some of the things that he instilled in that young man, man. And when you see the dog that the young man played with, if y'all check him out and just listen to what the brother had to say, it'll make all the sense. And when you see how Malachi is, his seriousness, the dog he play with, the dots will all connect, man. It'll make all the sense in the world. It makes total sense why he played the way he played and he is the way he is, man. Like I can't speak enough about it, man. I tip my hat to Malachi. You're right. So that's a perfect example. You can't teach that. Well, at least not in the off season. You can't.
You can enhance it. I don't think you can teach it.
Dog,
So, yeah, you can enhance it because you got dogs.
Right.
You got people that got dog in them. They just don't know how to bite yet. They got what it takes. They just don't know how to bite. But if you don't have it, it's hard. You can't. You can't give it to somebody. You know what I mean? You can't give it to somebody. Yeah. I'll say this, and I might be wrong as the day is long in my analysis, but we need our tight ends. Golly, I'm about to mess this up. So any military personnel that know this, help me, Lord. We need our tight ends to be more like Marines, right? Ready to run in their head first and tear some stuff down. We got guys that's more like the Air Force, right? The Air Force cats. They pretty boys. They want to, I don't want to get no dirt under my fingernails, Coach. Or guys in the Navy. You know what I mean? I want to keep that crease in my pants, Coach. I ain't trying to get nasty. I want to get a dude that ready to jump out of plane into the ocean, come out, you know what I mean, shake it off, and shoot a bazooka. That's what we need. I hope I ain't jacked that up, but I probably did.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. So the dude Viti, so you don't know nothing about him other than that. You just know he came from Army. That's pretty much.
Well, he came from Army. I think that was his only coaching stop. From what I could gather, as I did some research, he was there 10 years. Okay. And he coached those guys. He come in. I was trying to see because you don't even have a Wikipedia page, bro. So like I said, it was pretty much his only stop, and he did a lot of offensive line stuff there. And so with that being said, I think that's huge, right? And I think that's because of the offensive line part of it. I think that's where he's going to probably. I'm just speculating here. He's probably going to coach more of the tight end blocking part of it. You get what I'm saying? The tight end blocking aspect of it, with the down blocks, the zone blocks, and so forth, and the aggression more than the route part. I think those bigger tight ends like the Israel Briggs, if I'm saying his name correctly, they'll probably spend more time with Kevin Beard. You know, when you look at cats like Deuce Robinson that's at Florida State, the big body, those were considered tight ends coming out of high school, but they only play receiver. But I think we're going to get two kind of things there. You're going to get the inline box tight ends that'll spend their time with Coach Viti, and then the big body receivers will spend their time with Coach Viti.
I'm sorry, my bad. I was just going to say to your point with that. A couple weeks ago, I was on here. I know it was a big debate in the chat over the kid. What's the kid from Cali? The small Briggs and Mueller. You know, I think that's to your point. I think we're getting a little element of both of what you're talking about with those two kids. I think Briggs is more in line of the Arroyo type, and then the kid Mueller. Well, to me, from what I see of Mueller, I think he's gonna be a combo tight end, even though he is a big body that could block.
Right.
But I do think he has a lot of athleticism too. I know everybody, in my opinion, Coach, a lot of times we overanalyze. Yeah, you want kids that played a lot of good competition in high school, but I think sometimes we overanalyze that, man. He played Polar Timmys in Illinois, but at the same time, Illinois, obviously, it ain't the crib as far as the quality of ball, but they play some decent ball in that Chicago area, man. And tape don't lie at the end of the day, man. Like, when a kid jump out to you, your eyes know what they see, man.
That's true.
It's like in basketball years ago, I seen LeBron in high school, and everybody, he a kid, he playing high school kids, but the rim is still 10 feet off the ground, man. Above the rim is above the rim. And you know what you see when you see a dude flying over the rim a certain kind of way.
Right.
You know what translates, bro. You know what. So I think that kid gonna be fine, man. He's 6'5". From what they say, he almost 260 already in high school. The man looked like he run every bit of. If it ain't 4.5, it's low 4.6.
Bro, if he running that fast at 260, bruh, that's a specimen, right?
He moving. He somewhere in that range. I might be off, a tenth here or there, but it look like he's somewhere in those ranges. Big body kid, man. And the thing is, he only been playing football 2 years, man. So when you look at it, it's like good basketball player. So he got some functional athleticism.
Right.
He can move a little bit. So
well, we're gonna find out.
We got something.
We're gonna find out. But
we got something.
Yeah, Shaka, I appreciate you, boy. You be first in line, and I love it. That's smart.
Now I like to get. I don't like to wait too long, man. Get out y'all way. Let everybody else get their talk on.
That's smart. I love it.
Hey, man. I did. I told two. I told one person about you, Coach. I'm lying. I ain't tell two. It was one person I told.
Okay. Well, find one more for me, Shaka, and make it happen. I appreciate it.
Ain't nothing, Coach.
My man.
Good thing, man.
Appreciate it, brother. Much love. Shout out to Shaka in the building, man. Much love. All right, real quick. So if I'm talking about the military folks, if I'm right, let me know. Because from what I heard, I see the memes and stuff on Instagram, and they show the Air Force guys, the Navy guys, the Army, the Marines. Y'all tell me if I'm right. I may be wrong, but I heard that Navy, the only reason the Navy is around is to give the Marines a ride to their next destination so they can put some work in. That's what I heard now. That's all I heard. I don't know if it's true. Never been in the military. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm just saying that's what I heard. That's what I heard. Call it the military Uber. I think that's what they said. All right. No disrespect. Much love. No, I appreciate everybody for their service on the real note. But again, I think you got two different kind of tight ends in the building, and we're gonna talk about that. Let me talk to Jason from Arizona. He chomping at the bit to get in. CJ Mose say, "You're absolutely right, Coach." See what I mean? Oh, I forgot Streeter Marine. I gotta ask Streeter. I said, "Hey, yo, what's up, baby? I want to battle. Hey, yo, what's up with you, baby? How you doing, man? IMAX in the building. Air Force PJs watching the stream. Like, what is PJs? Pajamas? I don't know what PJs mean. I don't know what I mean. Anyway, let me get my man Jason on the line. Jason, talk to us.
What it do, Coach? What it do?
What's up, man? You chomping at the bit, man. So I'm ready to talk to you. What's on your mind, man? It sounds like you disagree with old Coach.
Man, listen, I smoke so much, man. I have so much on my mind, and things be going. I be trying to get in. By the time I get in, it was like, man, I forgot half everything I wanted to talk about.
That's why they got pencils. You got to write this stuff down. If you know that's one of your
I know,
goals,
right?
Write it down.
Hey, I said the same thing.
But you forgot to write it down, huh?
Didn't write it down. You got to be a reporter.
So talk to me, man. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, listen here. So first and foremost, we lost coaches, right? We didn't lose coaches because of fired. They weren't doing their job. They got a promotion.
True.
So these new hires that we just got, guess what they got? A promotion. We are the next step to the NFL. So when you come here, it's not what is this guy got? Do we believe he's gonna do this? The thing is, we got Bugattis and Hellcats already lined up. Okay. We don't worry about nothing. As long as you know how to drive them, we gonna get to where we going. Like right now, we have Cristobal as our Stellenberger, you know what I'm saying, of today. The time that times have turned. I relate us to Alabama a lot because I feel like they had a time, they had 15 years of a run, and I always said we will be back, but now we are here, and it's our time to do 10 or 15 years. Okay. So as long as we bring in whoever, we got the tools to do whatever you need to do. So I feel like we have no worries on who these guys are. And as a tight end coach, you said basically what I was going to talk about, the structure as being in the Army. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it, our tight ends don't do nothing bad. They're solid. They quiet. They're not like a Greg Olsen or give me one, Jeremy Shockey. You know what I mean? They ain't like that. So I don't know what the structure is going to be other than tighten y'all heads up and get stronger, I guess. They ain't violent.
Well, but that's the problem. I hate to say that. I think that's the problem. I'm not asking people. See, I would be a hypocrite if I said, if I'm looking for the exception to be the rule. Not one, and I know you were talking, but I'm not saying you said this, but not one time did anyone hear me say, man, we need the next Jeremy Shockey. We need the next Kellen Winslow. We need the next Bubba Franks. No, I just want a guy that's aggressive, right? I want a guy that can finish the job, can finish the block, that can create the hole, that can do those that can block in space. If we're going to run,
can catch the ball downfield.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but if we're gonna run screen games like we do, and we're gonna do them a lot, and we're not going to substitute the personnel, then doggone it, we need to have the personnel in there that can get the job done. Because here's what I know. I would rather put a 5'9", 175-pound dude that can block instead of a 6'5", 240-pound dude that can't block.
And that here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm so waiting on that 6'7". Oh, that's gonna be nice this year. That 6'7" Gilbert, you know what I'm saying, to blossom. Because I really believe we are waiting on him this year to do so. I believe he's gonna be a big target for us, man. 6'7"? Come on. When the last time we had a 6'7" anything catching?
Well,
That's like
true story. But I'll tell you this too, Jason. Part of these kids that's coming in the college, their problem is, and it's really no fault of their own, they're not tight ends in high school. If I pull up, I could pull up the number one tight end.
What?
Well, hold on, I could pull up the number one tight end in high school recruit and go pick the number 25th tight end dude in high school. You know what they're doing? They're playing wide receiver. They out there catching balls. They barely got blocking on their film, right? They out there catching balls down the field. They running over poor little Timmy because it's not the game is not structured. Offense is not, the two back in the backfield, one tight end, a double tight. You know what I mean? You just got a big body dude that's running down the field. He just bigger than anybody else, and that's really the problem. So what we're trying to do at Miami. And I know y'all gonna hate this, but what we're trying to do at Miami is there's not good carryover from high school, because in high school they're not required to do what we're asking our guys to do right now. They're basically 240-pound wide receivers, and I get why the high school coach is doing it. I got the advantage. I got the mismatch. A 240. Imagine if I get a 220-pound wide receiver, quote unquote tight end.
Our school, that's dominating.
Against the 5'9" corner on the fade.
Like Julio Jones.
Come on, man. Right. So that's what we're getting.
Yeah. But I want to know this. What was Gilbert doing in high school? Was he a tight end or a receiver? I ain't never heard of this kid before.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up something.
We need to do some research on him, because we need to make. Because here's the thing I think about tight ends last year. I think we was focusing on Malachi. We you know what I'm saying? We wanted to groom him well with receivers, and we was doing well with receivers. Tight ends, you know what I'm saying? We just need them to do a little blocking, really, which they messed up. Block. We didn't ask you to catch nothing for real. We got them out there catching. You know what I'm saying? Just block. But this year, I'm a lobby for that 6'7".
Okay. Let's see here. Luca Gilbert was at Lakota West High School in Westchester, Ohio. 6'7", 250 in high school, number 88. And
come on, man.
Right. Yeah.
Who's guarding him?
Nobody. But
Timmy?
Yeah. And so if you look at his highlight tape, and I'll put it up here in a second, I want to see how much blocking he's doing. He's not blocking anybody. But again, I'm not blaming him. Or if he is, he didn't feel it was important to put it on his tape. And maybe when they evaluated him, they saw all the game film. I'm not privy to all of the game film. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel you. Well, Coach, you know what I'm saying? Again, 2026, my player, X Factor player will be Gilbert. You know what I'm saying? That was my player from, Jason out here in Arizona. We're going to rep them Canes all day.
Love it. I love it.
And trust me, I would not be recruiting a quarterback from Chandler to go to Miami.
Really?
I can't do it. Yeah, I won't do it.
Yeah. I think Gilbert just not fast. We need a guy. I mean, that's what we have, so I'm cool with it. But we need a guy. We need to find another.
But have you seen him? Have you been on the field before? Like, I'm trying to figure out when have you been on the field, because I ain't never seen him on the field. No, I'm just not watching. I haven't seen him because I swear I watch every play, because I try to be the commentator of our team, spiritually wise.
Right. Like I just think that with the way the game is played today, we need to find the Brevin Jordan the Kyle Pitts type body
True.
in there. You know what I mean? And make that happen. But yeah, man. But that's just how I look at it. Because I'm looking at his tape. He got some blocking on here, but everything, a lot of the stuff he's doing, he's just bigger than these guys. He's so much bigger. 6'7", 250, bro. Like, the technique is so bad. I'm just being honest. Because he's not being taught. He just block him.
I gotta
and he's
go
so
watch
much
this.
bigger and
I gotta
stronger.
go watch it.
Yeah, he's just so much bigger and stronger. But like his legs are crossed when he's hitting the guy. And I understand it. I get it. I totally understand that. But I mean, 6'7", 250.
It's probably the coaching. They didn't know how to coach him.
Well, they didn't have to because he dominated. Like, let's be real. I don't have to focus
But
on
no,
that.
I'm talking about skill. We talking about like agility and moving feet. You saying his feet is crossed?
Well, no, that's just fundamentals.
saying?
It's not about his agility. It's just understanding how to block it. You know what I mean? Like, just how to do it. Creating that base.
He had probably bad coaching in high school.
Yeah.
Now he finna get that good coach. Yeah, he just didn't get his time yet.
Yeah, well,
That's all.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
But yeah, that's the only thing I needed. That's the only thing I needed to holler and say, Coach. That's it.
He said he got some pancakes on there, Coach, and there we go. I appreciate you, G. Henry. He does have pancakes, but I'm looking at how it's done, and that's the part. I'm glad you said that, G. Henry. Before I get to Dub City, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We're looking at the end result, and I'm looking at how the result is happening. When you, I put it this way, because I could knock out a third grader, don't make me Mike Tyson.
True. But I think 2 years in college, he ready.
Yeah, but I was just trying to explain that sometimes when we see those type of things, we think they've done it, they killing it, which they are because he's just bigger, faster, and stronger. But when you go meet up with the Bane,
no, you can't look at that high school tape. You really can't look at that high school tape with him not being that big.
And a lot of it's just fundamentals, just the technique of it, just understanding. Bro, it's different when you run up on a 260-some pound Ruben Bain got technique versus poor little Timmy that left high school and he's going to be an astronomer at the University of Ohio.
Just pushing the buckets at Fry's.
I try to give him some credit, say he's going to be an astronomer, but I get where you're going. Right? Like, I'm looking at a play right here. He's blocking on the zone. His feet are dead on impact, right? So these are the little things. He catches the block. He catches the block. Then once he can get going and start driving, but that's just natural. Because our mind says we need to get our hands on the guy first instead of understanding how to cut that guy off. And those are the fundamentals. I'm not saying you got to have everything like that coming out of high school. What I'm saying is that they don't do enough blocking like this in high school. So it makes the transition easier at this particular position. So it's a lot more coaching that got to go involved when you get to the college level. That's all I'm really trying to say. But, man, appreciate you, Jason, man. We're going to
like always, coach.
We're going to make it happen, man. Let me talk to Dub. I know you're going to talk crazy.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm also waiting on them Browns to hit the line.
I don't know where they at, man. I think them boy done left me. I think they holding out for contract negotiations or something. I don't know what they doing, man.
Oh, man, they holding out. Come on. All season, they want to act a fool. Now, look at this.
Yeah, for sure. They cool, though. All right, man.
I know.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to put Gavin Mueller tape on. I've seen it, but I'll put on. Appreciate you, Jason.
All right, man.
My man. Write stuff down, too, Jason. Right. Stop it. Write stuff down.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're right.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, cool, man. Jason from Arizona in the building. Dub City up next. Real quick, I did want to say this part about Favian Upshaw. Is one of his biggest, and it's not even a challenge because I think it's a very good room. One of his challenges is managing that running back room, but not managing it due to behavior or discipline issues. due to engagement. How to keep all these good players engaged. You still got Mark Fletcher. You got Marty Brown that came back. You got a lot of guys that's in this room now, and everybody chomping at a bit for their opportunity. That's going to be one of his biggest challenges, is managing the room in regards to, playing time, expectations, and so forth. And when I look at him, I feel like he's a young dude, but he's not a young cat. That dude, 30-some years old, I guess. Anyway, Dub City in the building. What's up, man? Talk to me.
Hey, man, I ain't want too much, man. I was just calling to tell you I was about to go to sleep on a late show and all that stuff. I've been sitting here waiting, and you ain't been talking about nothing. Don't put me to sleep, coach. But no, anyway, what's good with you?
Nothing, man. I'm about to go to sleep myself. So with that being said, God bless. Good night, everybody. We'll catch y'all next week, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, man. Nah, go ahead. I'm just playing. What's up?
Yeah, but just from what I've seen, what I think Cristobal actually made a good hire.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because, like you just said, Upshaw, one of the young and upcoming coaches or whatever, give him a chance, which is, pretty good. Actually, Viti, man, he used to be a running back at Army back in the day.
Right.
So I think he can, kind of help him out. I think Cristobal actually made 3 hires in one, because Viti used to do the offensive line, right?
Okay.
Now he's doing the tight end, which the offensive line coach is good with blocking. So now we get him, and he can get the tight ends on the same page as the offensive line. And he can where he was running back, but he was fullback, so he can actually help the running backs block as well. So I actually think he made the good hire. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we got 3 coaches in one for real. Because he could actually be the running back coach, tight end coach, or the offensive line coach.
Okay.
So I don't know anything about Upshaw, and stuff. So but I think I think with what with the coaches and stuff that we already got, I think everybody mesh well together, and and going on what you said about the discipline, and stuff like that. I think that's a great hire for some of them guys, man, because he gonna come in there with the boots on the ground and playing no mess. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I like it, and we'll see.
Nah, listen, I'm all for it. I think, like I said, I think that and I don't know, right? A lot of times we think guys in the military are like drill sergeants. What's your name, Private? Right? Like everybody is almost like what's the name of that movie? Full Metal Jacket, right?
Yeah.
Like he may not be that kind of coach. I don't know. I'm only thinking because we're stereotyping, and we're judging a book by its cover. He may be a soft-spoken dude, like, all right, guys, today, and here's what I'll say. Phil Jackson, they used to say he was that kind of dude. Real calm, real methodical, real intellect, didn't have to yell. But then you got coaches, Bobby Knight gonna scream your head off all day long. So I say all that to say we're assuming he gonna come in there like a drill sergeant. And I'm assuming as well, because he was at Army. He's an Army grad and an actual went to Army, went to West Point. And I know to go to West Point, you got to have some gray mat up here. You don't just go to West Point because you want to say you want to be in the Army. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they got boot camp for. But anyhow, I just think that he is a guy, I think that was hired for, to your point, I think you make a very good point. 3 hires in one, an O-line guy, a tight end guy, as well as maybe even that cultural motivator, right? What it is. Imagine that guy telling stories from Afghanistan, and I ain't got to bring him in as a special guest.
Exactly. He gonna get them up to play because because if you actually watch watch some Army like film and stuff, you can see him. He over there getting them guys ready.
Okay, good.
And stuff like that. So it's not, and I ain't just talking about the offensive line.
Mhm.
He over there, he getting them crunk. Like let's go, and stuff.
Gotcha.
So and if you actually really look at it, since he been at Army or whatever, look at their rushing yards a game. I think, and that's what I'm saying. Like I think Miami is really about to, tear some stuff up this year. Because now we got a quarterback that can actually throw the ball. We got a couple, a couple good receivers. All we need is the running game to be on par. You know what? I ain't saying on par with the offense, but on par with Malachi. We got somebody that can stretch the field. We got Malachi to do all the other little stuff. I think this is gonna be the best offense we gonna see. From Miami and within the past couple of years and and then going on to the next couple of years. I think they about to tear some stuff up.
I'm all for it, man. Listen, I am here for it, bro. I'll just say this. I just feel like a lot of people putting I think a lot of guys, I know I hate talking like this, but that's coaching me. A lot of people are putting, I think, more into these two hires, not realizing the role of those positions. I'm not trying to take their significance away. I'm not trying to downplay the role of those positions. But if you look at these positions historically, they are positions that hold that particular deal, right? They are the positions where a lot of coaches get a chance to come in and get started in this profession. And there, like I said, it's a lot of overlap in there. There's a lot of overlap in that game when it comes to the kind of players with the O-line, the running backs. Think about it. Outside of showing the guy the inside zone, outside zone where the gap hits and showing them this, that, and the other, once that ball player get that ball in his hand, a lot of that is on him. A lot of that is on the player from the running back perspective. And then from the tight end perspective, the overlap comes with the O-line and the receivers. But the way Miami's got their guys, it's not traditional. Like we do have traditional, but I think we also looking for that bigger body guy too. You know what I mean? What's the guy from Penn State? Phenomenal, bro. Number 44. I can't think of his doggone name.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, God. What's his name, man?
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of the guy's name. Tyler Warren was his name. Tyler Warren was his name.
I also think, Coach, that that these guys, coming in this year, especially with him, they're gonna really be having to pay attention because them Army people, the military people, they pay real close attention to detail.
Of course.
He gonna see everything and gonna let it be known. Well, you didn't see this and and stuff like that. So we don't have to worry about, the tight end sitting out there, even though we're on special team or whatever. Like, no, you better get your butt out there and do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Because even though it's special teams, a tight end coach is still gonna pay attention to what the tight end doing on that, on special teams.
Right.
Just like any other coach.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, man, I think this guy, I think he's gonna be, really good for us, and then, on top of that, he can help Mirror Ball out, actually can help Cristobal out, also, because he also was an assistant head coach, and stuff. So he got some knowledge right there too. I just can't wait to see the offensive line and the tight end line, the tight ends mesh well together,
right.
Play in sync, because we haven't seen that. I think we'll see it this year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely check. I'm looking at this Tyler Warren highlight, man. This dude killing it, bro. He all over the place. I think what Tyler Warren is what they wanted out of Elijah Lofton. This dude that wildcat, this dude that running back.
That's that new tight end we got.
No, Elijah Lofton is the number 9 from Vegas.
I'm talking about the hold on, wait a minute. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about number 9. Number 9, Elijah Lofton.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, I thought you were talking about the other guy, that new tight end we got.
No.
I know we got a tight end that coming in this year.
Yeah, no.
And they were talking about how good he's supposed to be and stuff.
Israel Briggs kid. I mean, he's a freshman, man. If we no. This kid here crazy. But anyway, all right, man. Let me get on here. I got my man DP off in the back, man. Dub, I need to call you too, man. I got to talk to you about what we were talking about. Get that thing right.
All right. That what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I was telling Ibrahim, I said, see how coach do. He tell me something, then give him mouth all watery, to start doing it. Then I don't hear from him. I was just telling Ibrahim this the other day.
Well,
I said he gonna blame this. I said he gonna blame it on me.
All right. Well, we'll chop it up, man. I may hit you up, like I say, tomorrow sometime, but we'll definitely chop it up.
All right, that was up. All right, take it easy, coach.
For sure, brother. All right, man. Shout out to Marcus in the building. For the dono for the 1999. Appreciate it, man. Y'all clap it up for my man right here. Y'all clap it up. Y'all clap it up for my man. Coach! I guess he's saying, don't do me like that. Yes, we carry around them crayon-eating fools, a.k.a. the Marines, but we have more aircraft than the Air Force. And without the Navy, we, the USA, could not defend the seas, which is 80% of what covers the earth. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you for hey, I get it. Man, look here. I told you I went to school in Virginia, man. I saw him build a USS Reagan. Just floating around. No, I'm just teasing, man. I get it, man. I appreciate that, man. Much love to you. I didn't know you were in the military. Hurricane Pete, been a member for 16 months. I'll clap it up for Hurricane Pete, man. He says, Coach, have you watched Army play? Do you think we can implement some of their blocking scheme to our offense this year? Have I seen Army play? I have not. I don't think I watched them this year, but I have seen Army play before. I think it's a total different style. Can you take some of the principles and apply it to what we do? Sure. I don't know how much of it you can do because it's a lot different. Like I said, I can't say that I watch Army play extensively. I have to be honest with you. I mean, I might have saw the Army Navy game a couple times, maybe about 5 minutes. Not super interested, but it is what it is. Can we take some of their principles? Sure. You can always take principles from people. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just kind of what it is. Maybe he can bring some stuff in and do some things a little different. Maybe he can definitely help with some of the fundamentals and techniques when it comes to short yardage blocking, how they do that, how they line up, whether it's foot to foot, 1 yard split, 1 foot splits. Maybe he can help in that range. Maybe that's another role in which he can help us. So there we are. Appreciate you, Hurricane Pete, man. How you doing, brother? And Rolexer, Coach, let's give it up for B-Ball, 24-6, double bye. I don't know what double bye means, but y'all clap it up, man, for the basketball team, 24-6. Don't watch too much basketball, especially college basketball. Until March Madness comes, that's when it get a little crazy. That's when it's fun. See a Gonzaga come out there and make it happen. All right. So appreciate it. All right. We got DP in the building, man. DP, talk to us, man. What's on your mind about these two hires and Coach Favian Upshaw, the running back, and Coach Mike Viti at the tight ends coach, man? What's your first thought?
What it do, Coach? Well, first off, my voice sound a little raspy because I got a cold, you feel me? But I had to call in And shoot, I ain't mad at the hires because at this point, man, we got the talent in there. All they got to do is help these guys grow and to help develop their techniques and add to what they already have. Feed them knowledge because we got the talent. We got 5-star, 4-stars across the board. But Coach, what I really wanted to say though, man, I wanted to reflect on last year a little bit, man, before we move on, before this new season start. Because last year, man, it was a hell of a year, man. It was almost like a movie. It kind of reminded me of Friday Night Lights. How you feel me? They went on a run. Then when they lost the game, the whole town was against them. Like kind of like how Miami was against the Canes when we lost the game. And then we went on another run, made it to our playoff position their playoff position came down to a coin flip, and our playoff position came down to the committee.
Okay.
Then we got in the playoff. Both of us made a run. Then we get to the big dance. And just like they were talking about Dallas Carter. Oh, Dallas Carter might be the best thing smoking. They're saying the same thing about Indiana. Miami get there, give them a ball game. Even though we couldn't complete it, then we had a chance to win it in the end, just like they did in Permian. I was like, dang, it was like a movie, dog.
That's awesome, man. Hey, listen, you right.
That it was awesome.
I got you. Tell me if I'm off.
What's up?
The movie Friday Night Lights had the Dallas Carter pyramid. What do you call it? Pyramid? Is that what it is? Odessa pyramid?
It was Odessa, Texas. Odessa Pyramid, Texas. They was the black and white team, and Dallas Carter was the red team.
But in the movie,
they
had that as the state game. But in real life, it was the game before state. Am I right about that?
See, I'm not sure because it's also a book. You feel me? The book going more detailed. The movie they had to highlight it and make it look good. But real life, I'm not sure because you could be on point. Because real life, Boobie Miles ain't even play the first game. He got hurt in spring practice.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, you feel me? Boobie Miles ain't even play the first game. You feel me? Real life.
Well, if you want to win, put Boobie in.
I was trying to tell you.
He'll make it.
That boy, hey, he was lit. And he can pass.
Yes.
But, man, the talent we got coming in, man, this season, Coach, I don't see why Hurricane fans should have any worries, especially what they seen last year. And I feel like this team is going to be I feel like we're more complete than we ever have been as far as both sides of the ball. Now, I do want to see how some of our linebackers going to do because we got Matore coming back. We got Chase Smith, but we got to see what these young guys that's going to get this opportunity, see how they going to step up to the plate and make some plays.
Okay. Well, yeah, listen, I
and I also
go ahead. Please.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I agree, and that's something happens in football every year. We gotta always rinse and repeat. I think the question is, how do I explain this? Okay, let me go back to my tight end. The tight end position. Tell me if you agree or disagree.
Yeah.
And I love to have the dialogue. The tight end position, I think I might be wrong in saying this, but I feel like the type of tight end we're getting versus the tight ends that are out there, we're missing the mark. But hold on, let me get a but in there. But
yeah, go ahead.
I think we have two types of tight ends on our team. We got the inline tight end that's on the line of scrimmage, going to block you and down block you and look like, you know what I mean? Oh, Joe Novacek or something. And then we can get the big body dude out there like the Brevin Jordan, the Kyle Pitts. I mean, I don't even want to say a Gronkowski because that's just an anomaly, right? That's just the one-off.
Yeah.
The Travis Kelce, how about that? Maybe that might be a good way to say it. The more passing type tight ends. And I think the problem is the inline tight ends that we have gotten, they're not athletic. I'm not asking them to look like wide receiver, agility. They just seem to be run-of-the-mill guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Talk to me, DP.
The way I see it at this point right now, like we really don't got that junior or senior in the tight end room that have seen a lot of ball that know how to utilize their opponents. You feel me? Flaws against them that that watch film, that see tendencies and stuff to help them get open if where they lack in skill. So I feel like this year could be a year where someone potentially break out. But like how you say, cause we gotta see it though. We ain't no 100% sure. We just can't go out there cold turkey just saying it's gonna happen. We don't know for sure. But I like how the tight end room, as far as the bodies in there, we got a lot of different bodies that look good. We got a lot of 6'5", 250 plus guys in there. We got some 6'3" guys in there, and we got some like the H-back position, like a Elijah Lofton. So it will be interesting to see how the tight end coach develop and add what he knows to their game.
Mhm.
But I think that one of the big factors is we don't got too many guys that seen a lot of football.
Right. And I think I'm looking for a guy that got that dog in him. And that's why I'm thinking,
Yeah.
again, I don't know Coach Viti, if I'm saying it correctly. I know nothing about him except what I just read that everybody else is privy to. Never heard of him, nothing like that. That doesn't mean not a good coach. Hey, Coach A don't know everybody. Yeah, he don't know me. But even though I'm still his favorite coach, I'm just saying,
Mm.
at the end of the day, we got to find somebody that's going to get that dog out these cats. Bro, I used to, and I hate I did this. I used to call Will Mallory with Mallory. And then when I saw,
Yeah, I already know.
Bro, like the blocking was so lackluster from that position, and it was so key.
I don't know who worse, him or my guy that allowed the block punt.
I think it's one and the same. I had to be honest. I think they're.
You know what I'm saying? They look like the same player out there. Bowman, that's his name. Bowman and Will Mallory, they look like the same player to me.
Right. And see, a lot of
times, but what I will say, Coach, about the new hire, for as far as aggressiveness, we do got a defensive lineman turn into a tight end. So I feel like he's just going to be naturally aggressive, and it might benefit him that we getting a new tight end coach, so he got like a clean slate with everybody. Because the new tight end coach ain't seen him yet. He convert into another position with age. You got just a fair chance to prove yourself like everybody in the tight end room right now. You got a new tight end coach.
Okay, right. You talking about the
Cole McConkey? I want to say he like 6'5", 250.
Yes, he got that defensive line. That's that dog I'm looking for. I want to see this.
Yeah, you feel me? Like he should be physical as far as blocking.
Yes. We need some. What was it? Was it Jane Fonda? Let's get physical. Olivia Newton-John, I think it was.
The one thing about McCormick, old man, a lot of people complain, but he gonna block. Old man was blocking his behind off when Cam Ward was in the building.
Old man McCormick, that's all he could do.
Yeah, that's all he could do. He gonna block. He can't do nothing else. He was gonna block. Old man McCormick, I can't even remember OG name. I just know he's old man.
Man, you've been in college 9 years. They better be calling him Dr. Mac around here.
I say Toure right along with him. He got 9 on him. Well, finna be 9.
That's crazy.
They done made an NFL career out of college.
Bro, 9 years.
I was talking about you can claim a retirement check after that in the NFL, can't you?
Oh, for sure. Bro, 9 years, dog. Whew. But anyway, I mean, like I said, I hope he comes. And again, I didn't know that kid played. I guess he played tight end in high school too. How you say his last name?
He did.
What's his name? What?
Cole McConkey.
Yes.
Cole McConkey. Yeah. He played a little somewhere where high school. But I'm not looking for him to be a big route runner. Or if they scheme him up something, I feel like he could be able to do something. I'm looking more for him to be like an aggressive blocker, like you talking about, Coach.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I want him to catch the ball too, because if he got that same aggression, blocking, he gonna run just like when I looked at 44 from Penn State, bro. He don't look like much of nothing, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he out there making plays,
They whole offense, they whole offense ran through that young man.
bro. And he don't. I guarantee, if he walk past you, you be like, "So what you do?" Right? If you just
He talking about what you do.
yeah, I'm telling you. I
mean, he looked like he cut wood. That's what he looked like. Look like he a lumberjack. Cut wood all day.
If he walk in your office,
like he live in the mountains.
Yeah, bro. If he walk in your office, you probably like, all right, man. Hey, go see the trainer. Get your helmet, shoulder pad. And boy, when you blow that first whistle, DP.
I'm telling you, he getting busy. I seen Penn State game when Tyler Warren was there. He was all they had. They used him more than the quarterback.
This man was at everything. This man was at. That's what we need.
But see, like the young man I was telling you about, Gavin Mueller. I think he just recently did a video on him. It's interesting to see what he do because he was playing against a whole bunch of polar teams out there. So we gotta see how he gonna do it at this level.
I think the last time you called in, we pulled up his tape.
Oh. Yeah, he had pulled up. I think he recently made a good, bad, and ugly on him.
Nah, I ain't made it. Nah.
Oh, you ain't made. Oh, I thought you did.
I wouldn't even made it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm looking at it right now. I just pulled it up right now. Oh Lord, have mercy, Lord. Oh Lord, this thing here. Oh God. Yeah, we looked at this last time.
Yeah. I said he mostly lined up at quarterback and ran through people.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. I think you were on the phone last time. Oh yeah. Is this one of them AI? Is this one of them AI highlight tapes? You know they got AI highlight tapes now.
That's crazy. They doing that now?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna get to the point we don't know what to trust on TV. They're gonna have some crazy stuff on the news. It's gonna be a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm looking at this tape, dog. God bless it. I hope he come and ball out of control. But he'll be a true freshman. He gonna make some mistakes. He ain't as strong as them grown men coming off the edge, you know.
Man, I'm so excited to see what Malachi gonna do this season, this sophomore. Because like what he gave us his freshman year, coach. How can you top that? Like, man,
it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough to top what he did. Like he came in the door swinging, not like your boy on Don't Be a Menace. Trey on Boys in the Hood.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch. I still think he's gonna be great. I think it all depends on how everything now works around him. You know, like anything else in life, the more you see, the better you get at it. Meaning, the more they see of him, the better they get in trying to contain him. I won't say they'll stop him.
Yeah.
But the more tape they get, the more things they do, the better they'll get at it, and the better they'll start game planning a little bit more. But that means other people are going to have to step up and step out. And so I just want to see how this quarterback work. I want to see this Mensa cat, bro. Everybody on his lap. So I want to see what
I say a sleeper guy that a lot of people probably ain't talking about that I feel like going to have a breakout season his sophomore year is Joshua Moore. I feel like because in practice, they say this man looked like baby Megatron in practice. He can't be stopped. So if he can translate that to a game, I feel like he's going to show us something that he didn't show us all last season, which he showed us glimpses of it. But if he really get that confidence, because wide receiver and defensive back, it really based off confidence also. If those players have a lot of confidence, it's going to help them out and take them a long way.
That's true. Yeah, I just I don't know, man. Like I said, I look at these positions and I look at these coaches, and I just feel like, you know, good hires. I don't think it's not. I don't think it's wrong. I mean, it is what it is. The running back room, and we know what we have.
That's going to be very interesting, coach. There's only one ball, and man,
And that's what
We got all the backs came back, coach. Out of any position room I thought we was gonna lose somebody from, I definitely thought we was gonna lose a running back. Everybody came back. Even Whitley Humphrey.
Right. I thought Jordan Lyle was definitely gone. And again,
Yeah, I thought my boy was out of there, coach.
I'm only speculating here. I have no facts. I haven't talked to anybody. Because he stayed, either there was a huge injury that they didn't want to get out, or something else happened, I'll say, off the field. I'm only speculating. And he knew whatever he had done, that he had to pay that price, and he honored, you know what I mean? I think that's because there's no way in the world that kid should not have played last year if those two things are not true. You know, one of those two things.
He was playing like he was hurt. He was playing like he was hurt. Coach, he ain't look the same. Like his freshman year to last year, it looked completely different. It looked like a different running back, like somebody swapped jerseys. So he had to be hurt, coach. That's what I was telling my lady, because she was a big fan of Jordan Lyle.
Yeah. So I don't know, bro.
And then you have Pringle jump out on the scene, getting busy. Like you like, oh Lord, what we gonna do now?
So hold on, bro. You got Mark Fletcher, you got Marty Brown, you got Pringle,
Gerard Pringle,
you got Jordan
Lyle, and you got Whitley Humphrey. Whitley Humphrey, they won't give him no spin. That running back room loaded, looking like back in the day. Hey, somebody's gonna be looking like Frank Gore, coach. How Frank Gore looking, coach?
They sitting on the bench like this.
Coach, somebody be finna look like Frank Gore.
And that boy like this sit on the bench like, man, I sure wish I could play. Hey, 4th and 1, we don't get it. See, if they would have put me in, we would have got that job.
I'm trying to tell you, man, we deep, man. We got a lot of, I'm so happy to see how this program has built and use the money the right way. And we got the people in the right positions that actually love the program, that love football. Like, you feel me?
Right.
Most schools that's really deep into their football program.
Like I said, I don't know, man.
So you just ready for them to win that ship. I ain't mad at you.
And I'm looking for some dude that, I'm talking about, you got to put the leash on this cat. I'm looking for a Kellen Winslow. They were going for my legs. I'm a soldier. I'm looking for that dude. I'm looking for that. Lord, I said I wasn't going to make a comparison, but I'm making a comparison in attitude, not athleticism.
So just how you feel about the tight end position, I feel the same way about the linebacker position. I need me a DJ Williams. I need a Jonathan Vilma. I need a Dan Morgan. I need somebody that's going to lay down the law. I need somebody that's going to draw a line in the sand and say they ain't getting past here. You feel me? I feel what you're saying, Coach. The same thing you looking for in the tight end room, I'm looking for the linebacker room. I need somebody to make a statement in that linebacker room and let them know this defense ain't going for nothing. No foolishness. It's goose egg central. We giving out goose eggs this year. That's the kind of mentality. I know it's gonna be hard. It's college football, but that's the kind of mentality I need a linebacker to have.
I don't know, bro.
I feel you, Coach.
I'm like, they talk about tight end you. Like, it is tight end you. Where they at?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, the tight end for the most part have been all right. Like Arroyo, he was like the most explosive thing of recent years. Brevin Jordan looked nice, but for the most part, it's just been all right. It ain't been nothing, freaky.
Right, but bro, do you know Brevin? I was looking this up. Do you know Brevin Jordan went first round, 4th pick? No, I'm sorry, that's a lie. It was Kyle Pitts that went first round, 4th pick overall, bro. The man had 43 catches, 770 yards in 8 games. A lot of mercy.
He got drafted by his measurables.
But the dude was playing, though.
Yeah, he was balling now, but his measurables really made him got picked that high.
Exactly. But
the
that's
style
what,
of offense, the style of offense Florida runs, it really don't always translate to the NFL as well. That's why they players don't really be doing much in the NFL as they was in college. So I don't think the way they run their schools, where they program, translate to the NFL that much.
DP, can I tell you this? And I don't mean nothing by it.
What up?
I don't care. That's the NFL problem. Dog, we talking about, like, I'm being honest. I'm talking about winning ball games at the University of Miami. Like, I know that's
yeah. That's how they feel too. Like, yeah, they ain't worried about what's going on in the NFL. They trying to win at their program. Yeah, I understand that.
Bro, guess what? I guarantee Kyle Pitts might just be at the wrong school, at the wrong team. But when you got guys, and
that's possible too.
Yeah, and that's the hard part about it. People don't realize.
Yeah.
When you look at this kind of stuff, a lot of it is fit. It's timing. It's this, right? You go to Baker Mayfield. He go to the Browns.
Yeah.
You go to Tampa Bay. Line it up. That's why I'm very hesitant about putting the cart before the horse when it comes to these coaches. It's not that they don't know how to coach.
Yeah.
It's the system. It's the room. It's the environment. It's the fit. Like, I don't believe there are such things as bad coaches. Don't get me wrong. And I always will say this: players make coaches look good. Shout out to Favian Upshaw. Favian Upshaw cannot mess this room up. There's nothing he can do to mess the room up because there's not one guy I feel that he can pick that's wrong. I had to be honest.
And guess what, Coach? Like you say, not only timing and stuff, you never know what the man going on in his personal life. The man's still a human.
Right.
Besides coaching, he got to go put on his dad hat, a husband hat. You feel me? Just being an everyday citizen.
Yeah, but he can't. Like, for Favian Upshaw, this is a dream come true job. Not because it's Miami.
Yeah.
But because what's in the room at Miami. You can't jack this up, bro.
Yeah, it's easy.
Watch this. I'm going to ask you a quick question. I'm going to see if you really know. I'm going to get you ready?
Yeah.
What was the running back coach name last year?
Oh, man. Dang. Listen, I always root for this man when he be on the goddamn cinema videos. I forgot his name already, Coach.
That's my point.
Sad.
That's
sad.
So DP,
I forgot his name already. I think his son. I forgot his name already.
Watch this, DP. What was the tight end coach last name for Miami?
Oh, don't make me lie about the tight end coach. What? I can't think who the tight end coach was either.
DP, thank you, brother. You proved my point. And can you tell the people I ain't pay you to do this? Nobody pays these.
Nah, he ain't paying me to do it at all. See, most people think about the head coach, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. A lot of the position coaches get undermined a lot.
I know, but that was my whole point, was their significance. That, like, on the totem pole of who gives a damn, they're at the bottom, bro.
Yeah.
They're at
so
the
we
bottom.
lose, we automatically point at Cristobal or one of the coordinators.
But even when we win, we talk about the best room.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the best running back rooms in college football, and we can't tell you who the dude is, and he just went to the NFL.
I'm trying to tell you, that's sad.
But that's my whole point. So when I'm listening to these talk shows, and I try not to, I'm like, even when I started the show, I'm trying not to, downgrade the position. I'm trying not to really be, like, they don't matter. That's not what I was saying.
You just being realistic, that's all.
Being realistic, and what I'm saying was those two positions in football is equivalent to the Air Force. Still has a significant role, but not as much as the Army, the Marines, and shout out to my man Marcus, and even the Navy. Even the Blue Angels. Shout out to the Blue Angels. I want to go see the Blue Angels. Man, I was a kid. Like, that's part of the Navy. Nobody go watch the what they call them, Thunderbirds or whatever they call. Nobody watch them shows, right?
Yeah, some people here Army, they think it's all of that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So my whole point was, my whole point was, the role of these gentlemen is very insignificant. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I shouldn't have said that. Is not minimal. That's the wrong word.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Scratch that.
I get your point, Coach. You just trying to find the right word to say it without undermining their positions. Their positions is important, but not as important as the head man of the OC and stuff. But it is important nonetheless.
Correct. Because a lot of their stuff, like I said, it's overlap, and a lot of those positions are what you call it? A lot of their positions. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at something. I'm sorry.
Like an example could be like, say if the running back coach is saying Humphrey out there or something like that, and the head man like, nah, give me somebody else. He gotta listen.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna tell you this. Even in the recruiting, not the recruiting room, but the game planning room, they're going to be looking for blitz pickups. Why is that important? Because their running back guy is usually the guy who picks up the blitzing backer. So when they're breaking down defense, you know what they're looking for? They're looking for blitz pickup. Who's the plus one to the formation? Right? That's it.
Yeah.
In the running game, you run inside zone. This is what we do inside zone. Once the ball get in your hand, this is your track. Once that ball get in your hand, hey, do what you do, baby. Right? I'm being real. At the tight end, like I said, hey, you got offensive tackle. What do? We got a man we got a man inside, on, outside. What do we do? You're going to either down block, you're going to double team, you're going to climb to the next guy. I run this route, what do I do? Coach Beard, what I do? This is what it is.
Yeah. Coach, I'm going to let somebody else on the line. I'm going to let somebody else get on. My voice.
You the only one on there, man.
By gone. I'm on there. Oh, that's why we've been rocking out. But I ain't mad, man. It's all real. It's always love, Coach. I'm gonna get my voice a rest. I sound like a rabid dog or something, a dog with rabies or something like that. My voice so raspy, sound like an old man.
Can I tell you the truth, brother? I can't tell the difference.
What's up?
I can't tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference. It's always deep. Oh man, that's crazy.
Hey, that boy sound like Barry White. Show you right.
Oh man. Hit that, I got nothing but love for you, baby. That 5 heartbeats on them.
Yeah, that's funny. Quick question. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
What up, Coach?
Man, where can people find you? What you talk about,
man? Y'all can show me love at Talking Sports with DP, man. Go lock in with me, man. Thank you for the support, Coach.
Anytime, brother. As always, you know that, man. Ellen V already put it up in the chat. She already put the link here. Go right
yes, sir. Appreciate you, LV.
All right. I need a lady to call in. Amanda, can you call in? I need a lady to call. I want to hear their point. I want to hear their point of view. We got 130 people in. Ain't nobody on the line. DP off in here, man. Appreciate it. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What Amanda got going on? Oh, I read a rumor that Clifton Portis. I like Clifton Portis. Shout out to Clifton Portis. Maybe Clifton Powell. Say what again? Clinton Portis. I try to stay away from this, but since y'all opened the door, I'll walk through it. Somebody said I turn my mic up. Is it that? It's up. Is that better? Mic check 1 2. Is that better? Let me know. Thumbs up if that mic is better. Microphone check 1 2. What is this? Microphone check 1 2. What is this? All right, here we go. Okay, that boy say perfect. DP was louder than me. He always louder than me. I be having to turn my headphones down with DP on because he be on it. All right, so I guess that's better then. Let's talk 1 2 1 2. My Adidas. Oops, I meant to say troops. Walking down the street in my Eminem boots. Got in the fight with my British Knights. I went to jail in my fresh gazelles. Huh. Don't know about that. You ain't no old school player. Old school player, the new school rules. Cats keep it jumping like kangaroos. Shout out to Chris in the building. Talk to her. What's up, Chris?
Yo, what up, coach? What up? What's going on tonight, man?
Oh, I know what's going on, boy. I seen your email, boy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had got that. Yeah,
Got your email.
that's
boy.
why I actually want to call. Yeah, bro.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that boy got that U on his leg, boy. That boy ready.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. I ain't playing.
I see.
That was in the making. That was in the making, coach.
I see. I got it. I see you. Boy.
Yeah.
It's up there. Real quick,
Well,
man. We were talking about these two guys hiring, but I wanted to address this right quick. I know sometimes you be at work, so I want to bring you on. But I was going to say this about the Clint Portis part was, here's what I'll just say about that. I'll go back to this. Everything is about fit. Everything is about fit. A lot of times we think we can do certain things and it's not the right fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean one person is good or bad. It's just not the right fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just, the relationship just doesn't work well together. I'll say this. Maybe Coach Cristobal was hesitant about hiring Clint Portis because of who Clint Portis is. As a player, I'm saying. And sometimes some guys, especially in this football game and inside them coaching offices, there's a lot of ego. Sometimes you can have too many chefs in the kitchen. And at the end of the day, that can create a problem because nobody's willing to be a follower. Nobody's willing to listen and be led. I'm not saying this is true about Clint Portis or anybody else or the Ed Reed situation or whomever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But sometimes at the end of the day, when you're the head man, you have to make those tough decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand that because they're just looking at the surface level of it, but they don't really understand the dynamic of the coaching room. And here's what I realize. It only takes one person to destroy everything. So it can be really tough. Chris, talk to me, man. What's on your mind in regards to the two new hires we have in Favian Upshaw as well as Coach Mike Viti at the tight end position and running back position?
Well, Coach, I mean, I look at it like this. I'm going to put it in the same way that I put it with Heatherman.
Okay.
You know, whenever Gidry went on and we first got Heatherman, say the same thing. Show me. What you did at one school is what you did at one school, but this to you.
I like it.
Let's see if you can transfer everything that you've taken from there, your discipline, your work ethic, personnel schemes, and everything else, and transfer it here. This is why you got the job, because you fit the personnel scheme of what we're running here at Miami. That's why these guys were here. It's just like you said, Coach. Just because Clinton didn't get hired here doesn't mean that he wasn't a good coach. He was a good coach, but we might not have had the type of personnel that will work for the scheme of what he was trying to have.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. But I mean, needless to say, That doesn't take away from Clinton at all. But at the same time, we already know, regardless of whatever Mario Cristobal does, he has to be lying in front and center.
Mm-hmm.
He has a big ass ego. We all know that. Yeah, that ain't no military secret. You know what I'm saying? We already know that.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to be the one to be the alpha in the room. He got to be the HNI the HCIC head Cuban in charge. See what I'm saying?
I see where you're going. Mm-hmm.
So basically, he ain't trying to have nobody that's gonna sit there and buck against him. Not too tough, at least.
Right.
But I feel real good about the discipline factor of why he got to do from Army. Tight end coach, whatever the case is. Let's see what they can do in order for the team to have a better offense. You know what I'm saying? See what they can do. See what they can bring to the table. Let's see how they can be dogs. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at a couple of highlights from whenever we first played last year. From the Notre Dame game all the way up to the Natty. For the most part, it's been lights out. Let's see if we can contribute. Let's see if them and Heatherman and Dawson and everybody else, let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can teach off of each other. Because we're all here for the same goal. We want a natty. We want a ring. This is what the job inquires. This is why you're brought here. This is what we're here to do. We're not here to say who has a bid. This ain't a measuring contest, a measuring stick contest. We have to learn how to be humble, understand what we're doing and why we're doing it, and what we're here to do. See what I'm saying? It's like, okay, remember how my man Chi-Town King was talking about the SEAL 6?
Yes.
I put this in more of a sense of the Avengers. See, the Avengers wasn't nothing. They was all had big ass egos until they worked together. Then when they worked together, they was out there whooping ass. See what I'm saying? And that's what they're gonna have. They had to humble themselves. The ones with the biggest egos were the ones with the most problems.
True story.
They had to humble themselves and understand what the goal is. Today in that movie, it was to save the earth. But to this is to win a national championship. That's what we're here to do. Win the ACC. Go to the playoffs. Dominate the playoffs. Win a natty.
Right.
Go to hell home.
Right.
Do it all over again next year.
It is.
That's the main objective. Then that's good for everyone. That's not just good for Mario Cristobal. That's good for Dawson. That's good for Heatherman, Jason Taylor. You see what I'm saying? Mirabal. That's good for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because that goes onto your resume.
Right.
So if you have to go ahead and break bread at a table, shit, do it. Why not? There should be no more. There shouldn't be everybody on that staff to have their own individual tables. Everybody should sit at the same table and break bread. That's what we're supposed to do.
No,
and that's the whole main objective.
No,
How I feel about it, I want to see what happens. And when does spring ball? Spring ball has already started now, ain't it, Coach?
No, not for Miami. Miami's not starting. God doggone, I had the list up yesterday.
Because I heard it was supposed to be something of like a delayed or delaying or whatever the case is. But they were not delaying, but they were starting at a later time or whatever the case is. But I wasn't too sure about that. But
here we go. I got it right here. They all start different times. It was some people have already started, and then you have Miami will be starting. ACC. Miami opens up March 24th, and their spring game is April 18th.
Okay.
But like I said, you got some people right now. Like, for example, Pitt opened up March 2nd, and their game is April 11th. But you got to remember, too, the reason it seems like that because a lot of these colleges, they split it up because they have spring break in there. So they'll do some stuff, go on spring break, and come back. I think Miami is going to start theirs after their spring break. I think they're going to start theirs after the spring break comes, so it just go straight through. You got like Nebraska. I think I saw Nebraska went. Hold on, don't make me lie to you. Nebraska was really early. They were like, hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. Here we go. Nebraska was February 21st, and their spring game is March 28th. So they'll be finishing when Miami is starting, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, think about it, Coach. They ain't got shit going on in Nebraska any damn.
Yeah, but
ain't nothing going on up there.
Yeah. And but your boy left the quarterback. What's his name? Dylan
Ravioli?
Right, Raiola. He went to Oregon.
Beefaroni, Ravioli, whatever. Rigatoni, whatever his name.
Shoot, what's his name? What's his name? 2.0. What's the dude from KC? Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I think he only went to Nebraska because they wore red, so he could wear the same kind of red as Patrick Mahomes.
No, his uncle was actually there because he was committed to Georgia, but he went and flipped to Nebraska. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they fired his uncle or whoever it was, daddy or somebody. But anyway,
they fired his uncle and he left. So
hold on, what's all this talking here, man? Hold on. No, they said Deshaun Jackson not at Delaware State anymore. Is that what I'm hearing?
For real?
Is that right?
For real? Mm-hmm. I don't know, coach.
You gotta be careful on this internet, man. This thing might be AI.
I'm about to read on that.
They might be AI. Oh, and shout out to Juan. You literally took the words out of my mouth, Juan. You literally took the words out of my mouth. Rest in peace to Lou Holtz in the building. Passed away today. Had been in hospice.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, he passed away today. I saw some reports.
Damn.
Earlier in the day, I want to say about 1 or 2 o'clock, somewhere in there, I start seeing reports of it. But yeah, Lou Holtz did pass away at 89 today. There was some things about him earlier in the year, but he had been in hospice for a long time. I'm not sure what his illness was.
Yeah, me neither. I heard about that too, Coach. And they said that earlier during the year that he had passed away, but it come to find out it was a hoax too. Right. I don't know why people do that dumb crap in the first place.
Well, shout out to Lou Holtz.
But yeah, Notre Dame, one of the greatest coaches for Notre Dame. Shout out to him. Rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family. Because at the end of the day, it's way bigger than football. For real.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Shout out to Lou Holtz, man. Good career, long career. Damn, this dude was coaching since the 60s, bro.
Yeah.
He coached from 1960. He started coaching in 1960 and stopped coaching in 2004.
Yeah. That's 44 years, Coach.
Not me.
44 years. No.
Yeah,
2000. Yeah. 44 years, Coach.
Long time. That's a lot of fall camps, boy.
That's a lot of plays. That's a lot of yards.
There's a lot of fall camps. Bro.
I'm telling you. A lot of wins, a lot of losses. That's a hell of a career for him, though. But from one football fan to another, condolences to him and to his family.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Coach. You can rest easy now, brother.
Yeah, man.
Real talk.
Yeah. 89 years old, bro. But he lived here in Orlando, Florida. Matter of fact, a guy I work with named Clint Johnson, who played at Notre Dame, he got the head coach job at Colonial High School. Shout out to Clint. He got the job at Colonial High School, and Lou Holtz introduced him as the new head coach because he lived right here in Orlando, man. So shout out to Lou Holtz.
That's what's up. Anyway, Coach, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna go ahead and get back in the plant. I'm gonna be listening to the rest of the show. I just tuned in. I don't know what the hell is going on with the algorithm, but it said that you was coming on, and then when normally it gives me the 30-minute briefing, it gave me that, but it didn't let me know when you was coming on. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, 8:30. Yeah, I be at 8:30 last night. I think it was 8:45 because I had to take care of some stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It just ain't giving me a notification, but it's all good though. But like I said, we're gonna see what it's gonna look like. Mm-hmm. Now everybody has a clean slate. Now they said Mario couldn't get us to the ACC championship. He didn't. Not yet.
Well, I
Because
tell
the
people
whole
this.
thing was, what is he going to do in year 4?
Mm.
So this is what he did in year 4. We didn't get to the ACC championship, but we got to that damn natty. We got to the playoffs, right? No ACC appearance. Went against the SEC. Went 5-0 against the SEC, right?
Okay.
They main hitters, Texas A&M, hostile environment. National defending champions, Ohio State, knocked their ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss, one of the elite offenses out there, knocked them off. We went against some heavy hitters this year.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can get that ACC championship. Because at the end of the day, though, Coach, we would have won that natty. Nobody wouldn't be giving a damn about no daggone ACC championship. I mean, not me. I wouldn't. We got ring number 6. I don't care if we don't never win the ACC. As long as we keep getting to the natty and getting them rings, all that would have mattered to me. But now, we're in year 5.
Love it.
Now it counts.
I love it. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Let me go push this thing on, man. Have a good time at the JOB, man. And keep rocking with us. Do me a favor, man. Tell 2 people at your job. Tell 2 people at your job about the show that they don't know. To tell 2 people. Let's see if we can get this thing growing, man.
Oh, I done got some people subscribed to the show now, Coach.
I love it.
Got some people subscribed to the show. Oh,
I love it.
Yeah. Most definitely. Got to hand the word out.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get Jamel from DC on the line off in here.
Oh, and by the way, Coach, before I leave, for those that don't know, this is how long I've been rocking with Coach Hayes. Staple Gang.
Oh,
I'm out.
Boy. Yeah, that boy that went back, boy. Boy, you went back, boy. You went back, boy. You went back. Hey. Should I tell the people know what the Staple Gang is?
Shout out to Coach Hayes putting the staple inside of the damn phone, boy.
Listen.
Turn the screen on.
I'm gonna tell
because he wasn't buying no phone.
I wasn't buying no phone, but listen, let me tell y'all something. Well, you went back right there, Chris. I had a phone.
Yeah,
it was so raggedy. The buttons fell off, right? The only way I could turn the screen on, I had to take a staple to push the little piece inside because the power button fell off that. And I wasn't buying no phone. I ain't gonna spend no $1,000 on no phone. But Staple Gang.
And my dog Zoe. And my dog Zoe. Shout out to my man Zoe, man.
He say Staple
Shout
Gang.
out to my man Zoe. He went ahead and you lost your daggone pin that goes to the daggone note. He said, I will send it to you. He was like, man, look, I ain't even worrying about that, man. Staple Gang in the building.
I forgot about
those that don't know.
That was it was a note that had the little stylus. I don't know where the stylus was
sir.
at. God, dog, Chris, you got a memory, boy.
I'm telling you, Coach. I'm telling you.
Man.
One more thing, and I'm out of here.
All right.
What's understood never needs to be explained.
There you go.
Go Canes. I'm out of here.
Much love, man. Boy, Chris brought back a memory. Staple Gang, boy. Holy smoke. Coach literally had to take I'm gonna tell you why. Trying to build this channel up. Had to buy the equipment. I ain't had time to buy no phone. I'm trying to buy me a computer, a camera. I'm like, what I'm gonna do? Do I get a camera or do I get a new phone? And let's go get the camera. You know what I'm saying? So I took the little staple. I used to poke the staple in the side to cut the phone on. Hey, that's what you got to do. Anyway, let me get Jamel from DC on here, man. I know we're going to have a great conversation because this thing might go left, might not. But hopefully, I'll be honest with you, hopefully we can talk about something I saw today. So let's see. Jamel, talk to her. What's up with you, man?
Hey, man, Coach. What you want to talk about today, Coach? I'm talking about whatever you talk about. You want to talk about that video?
No, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. How in the world you a Dell State grad and you got Canes in your name?
Hey, bro, man, I grew up on them Canes, man. But listen,
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I had to
It's the
give
same
listen,
way
I
you
had to
got-
give listen, I had to give Amanda some love on that. I see y'all in the chat going
Yeah,
at it,
yeah.
but it's all good. I'm just
Yeah, we
teasing
going
with you.
back and forth, man. HBCU love, I love her, man.
Yeah.
You got the Hampton in your background. You know, we represent those HBCUs through and through, but you know, you grow up with the teams you grow up with. And yeah, but in terms of Dale State, man, blood, sweat, tears on that campus, play basketball, fraternity life, and all of that. So I'm certified stamp when it comes to
There it is.
Delaware State.
Real quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question. Deshaun Jackson, he's still at Delaware State, right?
Yeah, so I just saw an article that I looked up the article she mentioned with I didn't get to read it yet, but I saw the article that she's talking about where somebody on February 20th mentioned that Clint Portis is, I guess, no longer running back coach, but I didn't read the article yet.
I know. Yeah, that I know.
but
But I thought Deshaun Jackson wasn't. So Deshaun Jackson is
Oh
still
no,
there.
I think somebody just mixed that up. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think that's all that was. There's a lot going on. I didn't read the article yet, so I don't know what happened with that. I'll probably call my people up there tomorrow to see what happened. Who work with the football team?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I knew Portis had left, but when they were saying Deshaun Jackson, somebody talking about BlackBerry, bro. BlackBerry was the best. The only thing sucked about a BlackBerry, if that junk ever went dead or you had to cut it back on, bro, it took about 20 minutes for that thing to load up, bro. BlackBerry.
And that was
awesome.
the original. That was the original. Like the BlackBerry was what the business people had. Like you was important. If you had back in the day, if you had a BlackBerry or if you was somebody young and you had a sidekick or something like that, one of them type of phones, especially the BlackBerry though, you was doing something with the BlackBerry.
I had
You
a
was doing something if
BlackBerry.
you had that.
Man, that thing had a keyboard on you. But boy, if that thing ever shut off, if that BlackBerry ever powered down and you had to turn it back on, bro, you can't. It's gonna take you 15 to 20 minutes for the like, you know, you cut your phone off, you cut it right back on, might be a minute at the most, bro.
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes, dog. But anyway, running back position, running back coach, tight end coach. What's your thought about them? These hires, the position, so forth.
What I say is that, you know, it's not like these are names we've known, right? But what I'll caution the fans with is that, you know, historically, Mario has, you know, when he first started up, he gets better every year. He may have not had the best hires at first, but he learns from whatever, and he, you know, he has a process to what he does, right? And so from day one, I've always felt like, you know, just trust the process. Let's see how it works, right? And so far, we've seen him have some good hires, we've seen him have some bad hires, but as of late, it looked like he's getting the ingredients he liked. Now, do I know much about the running back coach? No, but I heard that, you know, in terms of the coaches in the Broncos, a lot of them talk highly about him in terms of he really understands what he's doing. He assisted with so many different personnel groups. So, you know, I think that's good. And when you got the talent we got in the backfield, I mean, unless he don't know what the heck he's talking about, I think he'll be fine. The only thing there would be, I think his challenge, well, I'm not going to say his challenge, but the question mark per se would be, how do you manage the room? Because there's so much talent in the room. That's the question mark, where you know at the end of this year, Fletcher's gone. But if it doesn't go well, let's say allow a Marty Brown, he might want a lot more touches next year. Pringle, it's going to be how he manages that. I think that's what we're going to have to see. But, you know, excited for it. And then in terms of the tight end coach, I'm not mad, you know, because he was the coach of the year for whatever the award is for the best offensive lineman. He comes from a very disciplined background. Being in the Army, hearing his story, I could tell where his mindset is at, and it fits what Cristobal is trying to do. Now, if we were a pure air raid offense and we really just wanted to throw the ball, then I'd be like, okay, how is this going to work? But because given who Cristobal is and what his identity is, I think that it makes sense. Where last year we used, you know, our tight ends blocked a lot, but they weren't the greatest at it. So why not go get somebody who can elevate that? Because then, you know, Cristobal's thought process could be, we get, you know, more explosive runs. We may run full wide a little bit more. You may be able to
bring the safeties up a little bit more. It's different things like that. So I think that hire fits pretty much what I have seen out of the tight end room the last 2 years. The only, year we saw where the tight end was really catching the ball a lot was Elijah Royal the prior year. And I think he only had like 500 yards. So if we're going to be honest, I think that this dude kind of fits into the mode of what we've been doing. So, I don't really have no complaints. It's just we got to see how it all blends. And if they say when Mario does the interview process, all of the coaches are in. So it sounds like some La Familia thing where it ain't just him picking the coach and you have no input. This means this is somebody that everyone sees that buys into what they like, their system. They think they can work with them. So if that's the strategy, that sounds like a system. And with a system, it's rinse and repeat. So I can't, if the system sounds like it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't fix it. So that's my thoughts on it.
I mean, to your point, bro. Bro, the weeds in my front yard could coach the running back room right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's impossible to mess it up. Second is, again, I wouldn't be Coach Avon and say this. Let's not put too much on the young man. He's coaching. He's done a great job. He's going to definitely have his input and say so when he's coaching that room. But at the end of the day, not just Miami, most places, the personnel is going to go down to the offensive coordinator. That's what it is, right? Like, your job is to give input. The coordinator's job is to make the final decision. This is what it is. Now, some coordinators are more comfortable or more trusting in other coaches. So they may say, like, say, for example, me and Jamel, for example, right? All right, we cool. We got a relationship. We know how each other think and work. That's what it is. It's kind of like Cristobal and Mirabal, right? If Mirabal say something, they've been around each other long enough, he trusted. Like me and V12. If V12 was coaching and receiving, he say something, I'm going to trust it. That don't mean I still won't question some things at some time. But the likelihood of me going with what he says is high because of our history and our relationship. You get what I'm saying? And so, right. And so the same thing actually happens here. This young man is new to Miami. So they're going to take baby steps. Hey, coach, appreciate you, coach. And it's spring ball. So it's okay to take words from guys. That's going to let you know if I can take your word in the fall. If you telling me, all right, man, Jamel, the better running back we got. And Jamel out there don't know where he going, fall on his head. And you keep telling me this and the people you keep telling me, then I lose trust in you. Then I just take it over. Because my name is on the marquee. It ain't like I don't have the right to fire you or hire you. But I mean, it's just life. Football is no different than any other job. It's just a sport. Sports are no different than any other job. It's just it's entertainment. You know what I mean? It's no different than Beyonce dancing on the stage with the choreographer, right? She don't make up all them dances herself. She got a choreographer. Right. Some things the choreographer says, she like, oh, okay, I like that. That makes sense. And some stuff she'll be like, nah, I don't like that move. What if we do this instead? That's life. Because at the end of the day, Beyonce is up there selling the ticket, not the choreographer. That's the difference. It's the same thing. You know what I mean?
Coach, holla at whatchamacallit in the chat. See, I need you to answer that one. He said, I think I know where you was going. He said, Juan, Juan been giving us hell the last 24 hours. Juan said, wow, the running back room is that simple. Explain to him what you're saying with that one, Coach.
Is it that simple? For the kind of
player,
because
remember you talking about the coach. You saying the coach can't mess. You shouldn't mess up. Like that's a good job to have. It ain't like you dealing with some dudes that can't play.
Bro, you're in a great room. You're in a great room. That's like, I'm not saying these guys are Barry Sanders, but if you were Barry Sanders' coach, your next job, you know what it's going to say on your bio? He coached Barry Sanders into the rushing leader of the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you Walter Payton's coach. How hard is your job coaching Emmitt Smith? How hard is your job coaching Derrick Henry? This is why coaches who win understand it's about players. It's about players. It ain't about you. You help those players, but it's about players, dog. You don't coach 6'4", 6'3", 230, 240 at running back. Go ask the coach. Who coached Peter Ward? Tell me what drills they did with Peter Ward. Oh, you gonna spin here, put your hand down, flip around, come here. Come on, man. Stop it. You gotta stop this.
You just teaching like little skills. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Mavericks coach or whoever, you're not really, I mean, you could work on some drills to help somebody game, but when it's game time, if you have a guy, right, and coach, you'll definitely understand this. If you got a guy who, you know, we all know what that means when there's somebody see a guy. You have a guy, you get out of their way. You let Picasso be Picasso because that's why you recruited him. And if they're to that level, you don't try to overcomplicate it or make them think too much and make things more difficult. That's why when you have a guy like a Cam Ward, we hated it, but when Cam Ward used to do that roll out to the right and throw the ball back across the left to his body, you live with some of that and you die with some of that because you knew to marginalize his creativity was to mess him up. Now you kind of point out little things. Hey man, you know, check this out. Why did you call that? Once the play's over, stuff like that. But you gotta let them do what they do because that's what makes them what they are. Like somebody first round pick, they're first round pick for a reason. Second round pick, they're second round pick for a reason. Now, if you got players who aren't on that level, then you gotta coach them up a lot more. You gotta scheme around the deficiencies a lot more. But if they that good, you may have different issues you gotta work through, such as how do I make sure Mark Fletcher gets the carries he needs? How do I make sure Pringle gets carries where he's not going to want to leave? How do I make sure Amari Brown stand in the flow? How do I make sure Jordan Lau is in the mix? Maybe we aren't necessarily, and that could be even talking to Shannon Dawson. Maybe sometimes just to get them on the field, we do a two-back set. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Just creative things. That's probably more what they got to think about. Then,
of course,
you know what I'm saying? The other stuff.
It's managing it. It's understanding, getting that room to understand. Maybe the running back by committee. Maybe it's times where we tell you, "Hey, guy, we plan on running the three-headed monster this game," and the way the game goes, it might end up being just a two-man show, really just a one-man show, and then the other guy get a breather. Here's a perfect example. Let's go look in the national championship game. Mark Fletcher was the dude. But on that last drive, they took him out and they put Marty Brown in. Why? Because Marty Brown is a better pass protector than Mark Fletcher. And you still got to go in that game and do your job. No, you didn't get the carries you wanted, Marty Brown. But you still win in that game and you got to handle this last drive as if you're the starter. Right? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest part in that room right now. And then managing, and they don't appear to be bad guys when I mean off the field issues, right? It ain't like you got dudes doing a bunch of off the field stuff. Haven't heard anything. If they have, they've done a hellified job, keeping that information contained. But for the most part, come on, man. Mark Fletcher, Marty Brown, the older dude, Pringle out there in the building, Jordan Lyle. Like, come on, man. They chilling. Like, you good. It's a great position for Favian Upshaw to really kind of start his college coaching career on a bigger stage. What a better room than I mean, come on, bro. You couldn't ask for a better room.
Yeah.
My opinion, you know.
And I think this is what I think. Oh, I was about to say this is what I think, Coach. I think Miami will actually probably so many more players to get on the field this season, which I think was going to happen, just by what I think the offense is going to be. If Miami uses the tools that they have in the tool shed for the job that it calls for, where if we play, let's say if we play Bethune-Cookman, what tools we need to use? Get them out the way early, so more people get in. We play a Louisville. What tools do we need against Louisville? Might not be the same tools we need to use against Notre Dame. We use that tool for against Louisville that we use against Notre Dame. That may make that game a lot closer, which then means you're going to just ride with your dogs. right? But if you play Louisville and you say, well, we could spread this ball out a little bit more, or hey, we could run off tackle, or we could be a little bit more creative. Those are the tools we need to use, like how we saw Miami at the end of the year. You start blowing teams out by 24, 28, 31, 35. That makes the coach's job even more easier because now you're not thinking about our third string receiver or our third string running back ain't played in 5-6 games. So now how do I manage that?
Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't play because, you know what I'm saying, you handling your business. You're not just satisfied with winning no more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mario kind of understood that towards the end of the year because, you know, I feel like at first Mario was just satisfied with winning. And then he realized, hey, it don't work like that. Like, this ain't that type of game. You could just win and almost not make the playoffs. You could just win and, you know what I'm saying, be sitting outside the bubble praying, wishing, and hoping. But he realized, oh, I really gotta, but we gotta blow teams out the win. Yes, coach.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
And I'm gonna say this to you.
Yeah.
I know this is the hard part. Mario Cristobal is not gonna blow out the Bethune-Cookmans. This is not in his nature.
Nope.
He's not there to embarrass those schools. And but that's what makes it hard to get those other guys in, because when you're beating guys like that, the clock is constantly running. You're not thinking about time management. You know what I mean? As that backup dude, you watching that clock just click, 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 click. It's like this clock over my shoulder. It just keep counting down. You're like, oh, I'm running out of drives. You know what I mean? And Bethune-Cookman, believe this or not, they not in a hurry on the offensive side. Why? Because they trying not to get blown out. So they taking their time running the play. They gonna every time they snap the ball is down to 4 or 3 seconds before they snap it. So you know what I mean? Those kind of games are hard, and we just haven't had the luxury, even with Cam Ward as well as even with Carson Beck, to have blowout games. You know, Cam Ward, we damn near was in every game. I mean, if you think about it, we won. You know what I mean? We won. We won, but it wasn't. I mean, 17 points ain't a lot of points. 21 points ain't a lot of points when you just start putting guys in until you like in the last 3 minutes of the game, and by then it's whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we got killed earlier. Like them teams, you gotta do, you know, how Saban teams used to do. And up 49-14 at halftime. Stuff crazy like that.
But they had an elite offense and defense. We had an elite offense, subpar defense with Cam Ward. And then last year we had, I think, an elite defense. And I believe we had an above average offense. I have to be honest. I just think we had an above average. We had an above average offense. I'm trying to see this right here. If you look at our games last year, hold on, I'm trying to look at the games here.
We didn't really blow out nobody. Even them the games like Syracuse and them was like second half, like the late third quarter, early fourth quarter to a degree.
Say that again.
Even in games like Syracuse was late third quarter, early fourth quarter, like what we kind of blew them out.
Yeah. 41-17, right? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't bad at all. But 41-17, I think we pulled away late. Right? We pulled away late. Then, you know, FAMU, Ball State, and then UCF was 50-15, but we pulled away late. Virginia Tech, 38-34. Cal, 39-38. Louisville, 52-45. Florida State, 36-14. I think we pulled away a little bit late there. Duke, we were actually losing at halftime, that Duke game. Georgia Tech, of course, we lost that game. Wake Forest, you know, and then Syracuse, we lost that game. So we didn't have a chance to pull away and get
pulled away late too.
And get a lot of games.
Gonna be up 7 in the fourth.
Right. And then you go look at Notre Dame was a close game. Bethune 45-3. South Florida was tough, and they were pulled away. Florida was 26-7. Florida State 28-22. Louisville we lost. Stanford we killed them. Lost against SMU, and then even 38-10 in Syracuse. last year was, North Carolina State. We
And
bombed.
Stanford, we ain't pull away to Stanford till like midway through the third quarter. Remember our offense was stagnant as I don't know what.
And then North Carolina State, we actually had fun with, but our defense was scoring some points there too.
Yeah, defense was balling.
VTech 34-17, and then Pitt, just Texas A&M. It was a good run.
Remember, VTech was almost close at the end. Remember,
Yeah.
they started coming.
Yeah.
They came back.
Yeah.
I think what I've noticed is if you look at the Florida State game, if you look at Virginia Tech game, and I think it's one more. I can't think of the one on top of my head, but we'd be a possession away from taking the other team just hard, right? The other team be about to quit. And it's like that last possession, we take our foot off the gas. You think about Florida State, I think we was up 28-6. We get a stop right there. They was ready to mail it in. They wound up getting like converted 3 or 4 fourth downs on that drive, and they scored. We got to stop. Like, I think, and that's when the coaches was rotating the young dudes in, where I was like, bro, this is the possession that if we stop them right here, we get the ball back, we melt a little clock. They not in their mind don't even think it's enough possessions in the game to make it interesting. Right. Virginia Tech, we should have been blowing them out. They was getting all these crazy
bro, I'm looking at VTech halfway through the third.
Messed up in the drink. That's when that's when the backup quarterback came in. Damari Brown got beat for like a double move on 4th and 14 or something crazy. And then that game got a little more interesting than it was supposed to. But even that play right there, 4th and 14, we don't give that up. We get the ball at the 50, and I think at that time we was up 17 to 21 points. At that time, you put the game away right there. So I feel like,
bro, listen, Jamel, we was up 10 points in the third quarter, 20 to 10.
Against who?
VTech, and then we scored 26 to 10, which 27 to 10. They came back and they scored, which made it 27-17. And then we scored again.
When they got it on 4th down.
Yeah.
When Bobby Pruitt accidentally did the face mask, but we got to stop. They was ready to go right there.
Yeah. So that's
what I'm saying. We always that one possession right there. It's like this the nail in the coffin possession, and we was messing up too much on that possession last year.
Sure. We got to just find ways
to clean that up.
Yeah, we just got to find ways, bro, to level that thing out and make it really happen, man. We really do. Really got to do that, man.
I think we're gonna do it though, Coach. I think, like they say, you coach, so you get used to. You building a program. You get used to. You start off getting blown out like we did. We was 5-7, and you start losing close games. You start winning close games. Last year, we kind of won some close. We blew some teams out, but I feel like now these dudes know, or they should at least know, what it is to win. And how to all right, but last year we took our foot off the gas right here. This possession, we need to super lock in. I think, we should be at that point now where we push the envelope just a little bit more and we able to get some of them young guys some reps because they need it, man. We got to get them young dudes on the field the right way.
100%. Real quick, man, there's about 8 more minutes left. Nobody calling. That's cool. Let me take this phone line down. Yesterday, because you asked me a question, I just couldn't text. I thought it was too much information to text, so I'm glad you actually called in. Yesterday's show, we were talking, we had some financial literacy stuff, and you dropped some knowledge in regards to a link for Earn Your Leisure. And they were talking to the guy, Mark, what was his name? He runs the Nightclub.
Mark Barnes. Mm-hmm.
Bro, I started watching that thing on the way to work. I tell you, I got a 40-minute drive. Man, I watched that thing on the way to work. I watched that thing during lunch break. Every little break I got because it was so interesting to hear him talk. And I think I hit you back and I was like, look, bro, there's so many parallels to coaching football in this stuff. And this guy running nightclubs. And he was talking about the details of running a nightclub. Bro, he talked about the carpet, why he has carpet in his nightclub versus hardwood floors, because it's easier for the ladies to stand on carpet and they can stand longer. The longer you stand, the more money you're going to spend. You're going to buy more drinks, right? He talked about, well, if carpet, you got to shampoo it. the kind of carpet, because if not, it's gonna stink. Bro, the vacuum cleaner, the hair get, bro, the details he talked about in running nightlife in nightclubs was I could see the parallel between running football program. Because here's the thing about football program. You may know all the X's and O's, but X's and O's are not usually things that kill you. Right?
Mhm.
It's the other stuff that you don't think about. Just like the nightclub life. How many nightclub owners think about carpet versus hardwood floor? They think about it for one reason. Man, they spill drinks on carpet. It's easier to mop up a regular floor. But they're not thinking about, damn, ladies stand longer. They stay longer. They spend more money. Like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? He was talking about everybody's willing to cut corners to try to make more money. And what you don't realize, you playing a short game. Like he talked about simply lemonade when you're making mimosas or whatever it was, orange juice, mimosa. Use the best orange juice. That makes people come back. People are going to keep spending money. Yeah, it might cost you $3 versus $2. But hell, you're already making 1,000% profit on the drink.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, the game he was spitting, you know, was awesome. And I was saying the same thing about this, talking about helmets and this, that, and the other. I'll tell you a quick story. We didn't let kids take helmets off. You know why we didn't let kids take their helmets off when they came off the field?
Discipline or something?
Kind of. Lost the game behind that. He'd take his helmet off. Sudden change. There was a fumble. Kid's helmet get kicked underneath the bench. He can't find it. Sudden change. You know, kids get up. Oh, man. Middle linebacker can't find his helmet. We got to put poor little Timmy out there. And guess what? They went right where poor little Timmy was at. Lost the game. So from now on, that won't ever happen again. Keep your helmets on. Because y'all not responsible enough to keep track of it. So we told them, keep it in their hand. But of course, who's monitoring that? Nobody. So I'm saying all these things, watching that video and making that same parallel. And he said one real key thing. He said, everybody said they want to run a nightclub, but nobody want to learn the business. Come learn under me first so you'll know these things. And that's the same thing in coaching. That's why I say you don't go from helmet to headset overnight. It's two different worlds. Everybody and their mama been in a nightclub dancing, right? You could be the best dancer in the world, right, Jamil? In a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean you know how to run it. That don't mean you know how to run it. You can be the best football player in the world. That don't mean you know how to run a program. Not X's and O's. That's probably 10, maybe 15% of the job, believe it or not, as the head man. That's one of the last things you do as a head coach, believe it or not, is X's and O's. That's one of the last things you do. Yeah, man. That was a great listen, bro. I really enjoyed listening to that. Because he was interesting. They didn't have to pull information out of him. He was just giving out that game free. And you know the best part he said? You know the best part, Jamil?
What is it?
He said, I can tell you exactly my formula. But y'all ain't gonna do it. Because y'all ain't willing to put the work in. I'm telling you exactly what it takes for me to do this, and that. But y'all ain't gonna put the work in. I loved it, boy. I loved it.
And that line be wrapped. That line of Parker 14, it's always that line always on to get into that spot. Like literally always. And everybody know my strict dress code or You're not coming in there wearing nothing you're not supposed to be wearing. Like, and if you don't come in, it do not stop his shows, not stop his business. It's just the fact. Like, literally, I'm not gonna lie. Park is the most known establishment in my era, and probably just people probably mid-30s down, or like maybe 40 down, right? But at the same time, Love Nightclub, it's my mother and them era. That was the most known spot. And he owned Love.
And he the
Before
same
Love,
dude.
it's called Dream. So he's always had the littest establishment in the city for years. No matter if it was Love Nightclub, if it was Dream, or now it's Park. Now, that doesn't mean that's everybody's preference, but when I say the littest, this is the spot that everybody knows.
Right.
When I know somebody that come in town from whether it be from college or wherever they're from,
We
and they
going
talking
there.
about going to brunch, they go. Most people say that. I'm like, it's other places, right? But to the point he said when he was talking about like, if I asked you to give me a penny a day with compound interest for 30 days, would you do that? Or give me $1 million? And remember, he said the penny a day would be more.
Like 10 million.
He was like, well, I just want my person to leave out the door because of the experience, like you said, and go tell 2 people. That's why.
Hold up now.
Hold
up now.
Was that lit.
Have you heard what I've been saying today? What have I been asking the people to do?
Oh, tell 2 people.
Come on, where you think I got it
show.
from? Even Coach could learn. That's why I love these shows. Instead of the penny, I'm telling 2 people now. Yeah, hit the like, share, subscribe button, but do me a favor. Tell 2 people that don't know about this show, and tell them to tell 2 people where you think I got it from. Come on now. Where you think I got it from?
Okay, Coach.
I'm telling you, dog. Like,
okay, Coach.
That's where I got it from. Listen, I mean, I've heard that before, but not in that. Not how he referenced it. I heard it from a money perspective,
Right.
but not from how he was talking about building the clientele. So I'm like, damn, he's substituting pennies for people. So I'm saying the same thing. Hey, man, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you, but do me a favor, man. Tell 2 people about the show that don't know nothing about it.
True. That's what happened at the technically that's what happened at the national championship. My brother was there. Yeah, he wasn't following your show before. He knew nothing about it.
Right.
And then when he was out there with us, like, yeah, man, follow my man John. Follow his joint. Then we did the video. He was, a part of the first picture. And he was like, I sent him the link. He was like, oh, I'm about to follow him right now.
There it is. Yeah. That's how it go, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from that. Like, a lot of stuff you think you know, or you have an idea, but then to hear somebody else use it in a different context, and then you can apply it to what you're doing. That's where you really learn, right? Not just listening to the guys that's doing what you're doing. I'm listening to other guys in a whole different arena, right? I have no ambition to run in no nightclub, but I took the lessons because that's what I think I hit you back and said. It's amazing how you can use that same formula in different applications and still be successful. Like, that's the same formula in different applications, bro. And that's why I tell people you can't reinvent the wheel. It's the most efficient. You can use different materials, but at the end of the day, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I really enjoyed that, man. And that's my first Earn Your Leisure podcast I've ever listened to. I heard of it. I've never listened to one.
That's dope.
And guess what? You told more than 2 people yesterday, but I listened to it. And guess what? They got to subscribe out of me, and I'm going to listen to more of them. That's awesome. I've heard of Earn Your Leisure. I just never watched them. I've never watched one of them. I enjoyed it, man. It was really good. Really good. Really good.
Hey, man, that's love right there, Coach. Hey, man, y'all hear that, man? Tell 2 people to come show Coach some love, man.
That's it, baby.
Come like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Hey, tell somebody, hey, look, man, who your favorite coach? Coach Nick Saban? Well, you need to go follow the dude because this dude is Coach Saban's favorite coach. Ha ha! You like what I'm saying there, huh?
Yeah, we go.
I'm just messing with you. But no, man, it's all good. Okay. All right, hold up, Coach Upshaw. Hold up, Coach. He done already got started. Let's put Coach Upshaw on the board right now. Hold on, Coach. That boy Twitter loose already. Huh? Shout out to Coach Upshaw. That boy got his hand up. Hey, like they hit him dirty on the Instagram. They gave that boy the Ashy Larry lips. Boy, why they did the man like
Oh,
that?
I seen that.
They hit him nasty, dog.
I was like, man, they did him dirty. They could have picked AI. They could have blurred it out. They
Yeah,
gave
dog.
him the pookie lips.
They gave that boy that. Look at this. This boy, hey, come get coached by the best staff in the country. Come on, Coach. He already on it. Ooh, look at that body
Yes,
type
sir.
right there. That's amazing, though. Look at that body transformation, bro. Even though they blew him up a little.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
even
from
though
his
they-
freshman year? No.
yeah, that's the freshman year.
Golly.
They blew him up a little bit, but I ain't mad.
Shoulders about
Marketing.
brolic, ain't they?
Marketing, dog. Look at him.
And it's the thing. Well, he grew 2 inches, but
They go to
he didn't
Pookie
even-
lips
he's
right
the
there.
same weight with more power and stuff too.
Bro, why they hit him with the Pookie lips, dog? Hey, Coach.
Yeah, they hit him with the poogie lips.
They
I
get
don't
that
like
boy the-
that. They gotta stop that.
They gave that boy the
Oh, that's
Ashy.
blue right there.
They gave that boy the Ashy Larry's, dog.
Yeah. Hey, can't believe it's not butter.
They gave that boy the Ashy Larry's, dog. That's hilarious.
Oh, hey, coach, you know what I need you to explain before you get off here tonight. I need you because I see this in too many Canes, just shows in general. I see it in your comments. Can you please explain to the people that are listening why every time Miami has it's a vacancy, they first go to get Ed Reed, get such and such, get these players, as if like it doesn't always work. It's not a great fit. Just because somebody was a Hall of Fame player doesn't mean they'll be the best coach, let alone college coach for all the the rigorous recruiting, the detail. Also having to be humble enough to be under a head coach who you may feel like you know more than, etc. Can you please explain to them that it's not that easy, coach?
You just did.
And it's not always a great fit.
You just did. You literally just did it. And the only thing I'll tell you is most people do it because they're fanned out. And I'll say another reason. Because a lot of, and I don't want to say this to try to down anybody, but a lot of fans don't know coaches outside of who's coaching their team. This is why I tell people, go watch other shows, do other things, right? A lot of coaches, a lot of fans have never heard of any of these coaches until they come to coach their team. So they don't know when somebody says, all right, the safeties coach just got a job at the Miami Dolphins. Who we going to pick? They don't know nobody. So who do they go to? Who's a Miami Hurricane that's coaching right now? Oh, Ed Reed. And that's because it's the easy answer. Because they don't really know who else is out there. That's why even when people ask me, I'm going to be honest. When people ask me, well, coach, who do you think we should get for the job? I don't know. You know why? Because I haven't done enough research to say, oh, okay, well, this guy's in the last year of his contract. This guy may be willing to come. How much is it going to cost to buy? You know what I mean? I can say whatever I want to say. But I don't like to do that just to say something so I sound smart. I would like to give you some real information. So if you decide to go to the water cooler or the coffee machine at work and you're talking about it, or the barbershop, you got some real credible information. And that's the real thing, is that the only reason they pick those names because those are the names they know. Oh my God, Clint Portis coaching? All right. Who we get a running back coach? Clint Portis. Who should we get a safety coach? Ed Reed. Bro, I have never seen Ray Lewis coach a down of anything and everybody want him to be the defensive coordinator. I've never heard Ed Reed say he want to coach. He may have, but I'm just saying.
Nah, he did one, coach.
Where?
Bethune. Was at the Bethune situation.
Ray Lewis? Ray Lewis? Jamel. Damn, did I lose? I didn't
never heard that either, bro.
No, I'm saying, did Ray Lewis say he wanted to coach? Not Ed Reed, Ray Lewis.
Nah, I never heard Ray Lewis said he wanted to coach.
Right. Ed Reed was actually, I think he coached at Buffalo for a year or two. The Buffalo Bills. He was like an assistant DB coach or something there. So at least he was. But
He
I'm
was on
saying,
Miami staff too.
I know. But what I'm saying is, people automatically tell me, yeah, Ray Lewis want to coach. I ain't never seen him coach a little league team, a high school team, a college, nothing. The most I seen him do was speak to teams. I'm just saying. So, for Kid Dorsey, because that's all they know. I'm not saying those are bad choices, but the reason they say it is because that's who they know. They know the name as a fan, but they don't know other coaches.
And coaching is a different skill set too.
Oh,
More times than not, the best players aren't the best coaches. That's a whole different skill set. Everybody can't be. If we won't make it about football real quick, everyone isn't meant to be a teacher, right? You know how, like, especially let's talk about public schools, right? You know how people go to public schools and there's kids who may not gravitate to no other teacher, but it's one teacher, whether that be somebody that's like a father figure that know how to get on their level, or a lady that's like a mother figure, and they respect them so much, they'll run through a brick wall for them so much because that teacher knows how to identify or, connect with that student. That's a skill, just like coaching. It's a skill to be able to connect with players like that. That is a skill. Everybody doesn't have that, unfortunately. Just because you could do it don't mean you can get that person over there to do it. But someone can.
And that's all
It's
coaching is. Coach is a teacher, dog. You just teach a sport. You're a teacher. That's it. Guess what? All that game planning ain't no different than teachers when they do lesson plans. That's it. All of that when you have staff meetings, when you have staff meetings, that's collaborative teaching, dog. That's all it is. That's it. And all y'all go to y'all classroom, you teach. And then you come back and say, hey, how did it go? The difference is we got film. So let's look at the film. We're looking at the film of what you taught. Oh, he's not getting it. What can I do different? Oh, he can't do it. Let's change the curriculum a little bit. That's all it is. It's nothing different. Is it?
But to Juan saying just passing down work ethic and ability to break down film, that doesn't mean you could be a great, and that's not to take anything away from Ed Reed. We ain't doing that here. But that doesn't mean he'll be a great college coach. There's people who are great coaches in terms of you could be a great trainer. You could be a great trainer. You could run your own training program and be like, okay, we're going, we working on the field right now, and then we're about to go break down film. Every great trainer isn't a great coach either, because there's more aspects to coaching. There's way more aspects. That's the one, because I just read his message.
No, yeah,
there's way more aspects to coaching.
Here's what I'll say to this too. At some point, people, and I'm not saying I don't know this to be true, but at some point, some people don't want to be led anymore. They feel like they can only lead. Right? At some point, people feel like they gotten so high that they feel like they can't be led. They can only lead. So when you're the secondary coach and the DC says, I want to run cover 2 here, and you saying, no, I want to run cover 3 here. Well, you have to understand the hierarchy of the room, whether you agree with it or not. And that's where the fit comes in. Not about your knowledge, it's about your fit. That's what people have to understand. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if y'all can't work together, it means nothing. If you're not willing to listen, if I'm not willing to listen, yeah, just because you did it, there's a bigger picture here. And so people have to understand their role. You have to be willing to learn and listen sometimes, even if you got more knowledge than the guy. But unfortunately, you're not that guy right now. You're not the leader. It's what it is. And I'll have to say this. I would be as honest as I can be. If I was a defensive coordinator and I had Ed Reed on my team, let's just use this as an example. I was a defensive coordinator and I had Ed Reed on my team. Because of who he is, I definitely would listen. But I also would listen to the guy that's just That's not Ed Reed, he's just a coach. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make the best decision I feel possible. You know why? Because my name is the one on there, not about the title, but I have to answer for everything that goes on underneath me. So when Mario Cristobal calls me in and says, hey, coach, why are we doing such and such? Oh, because Ed Reed said? No. It's because, well, coach, I felt this was the best. Now, if I went with what Ed Reed said, that's great. No problem with it. Hey, man, I went with this. You know, Ed pulled this up. He thought it was a great idea. I agree with him. It makes sense. Such and such and such and such. Yes. And you're not going to always make the right decision. Ed might be right and I might be wrong. Or vice versa. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who has to answer the question. Just like Mario Cristobal. All these talking heads like myself and everybody else can get on here and we can spit our opinions and we can do all this. But at the end of the day, Mario Cristobal has to stand at that podium and answer for the results. Whether it be good or bad, he has to answer for them. Because he is the head man. What it is. So, anyway.
Yeah, coach, I agree with you, man.
Yeah. Anyway, well, like I said, man, we about to get up off here, man. Dog, I appreciate it. Man, this is Canes Talk Live with your boy, Coach Hayes, man, on the Coach Hayes Football Channel. As always, man, appreciate you. As always, go you. But before you leave, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. But I'm going to ask you a favor. Tell 2 people about this channel that you know that has no idea it exists. Help us out, man. Let's let this thing grow. And make sure they tell 2 people. I'm loving it, man. God, leads man. We hit a dime right there, boy. We out of here, man. Go Canes. Boy, let me tell you something, boy. Man, we done hit a dime right there. Huh? Come on with it, boy.
Okay.
We out here, boy.